Japanese. Oh, you know what would probably help is if I actually set up the audio so that people can hear you guys. That would help,
Probably.
I think.
Oh,
Probably.
I'll do that. Oh my god.
There we go. Now I don't sound like I'm schizophrenic and that I'm talking to nobody. Hello, chat.
What are you?
Bless you.
What is good, my gamers? It is us, the Ovas Squad, back at it again with another D&D.
Hi, how are you guys?
Dear God.
I'm dying.
Seeing these whack-ass voices and this whack-ass dialogue coming from these characters on screen is wild.
Like, totally!
No.
Oh god.
Dole saying, "What's up, gamers?" and Sylvanas being like, "Whoa, I'm a gay twink!"
Why is that what you got from that?
I can make it way worse.
Why
How?
is that what you got from that?
How's it going, my skibbity rizzlers?
No,
God,
no,
I'm about
no,
to
I
do
told you I can make it worse.
no, no.
What, make
I'm about to
Where's-
turn you into a fucking hat.
Listen,
What the
you have the
fuck?
power.
How?
You have the
what?
touch.
You have neither the touch nor the power.
Could
They did
someone
not.
please fill me in?
Don't worry
Well,
about
we
it.
started.
Don't
They're being
worry about
cringe.
it.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
They're
Okay, I
being
was worried
cringe.
that we did
No, no,
something.
no, 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 no. Nate was cringe the minute that he had Dole speak the dreaded words.
The dreaded words.
I have the power. He is my character. I can do whatever I want with him.
I apologize for coming back late. My cat got in my way and made me spill stuff. I had to clean it up.
Oh, fabulous. I love Maximus African here. Bienvenue, Power Bottoms, back at it with more D&D.
Bienvenue.
Bienvenue.
Bienvenue. Yes.
It's
God.
a Game Grumps reference.
See, I get that part's a Game Grumps reference, but every time I hear
No, you don't, Dan!
every time I hear Bienvenue, all I can think of is like, oh God, what was it? VV Argost, but I highly doubt a single one of you motherfuckers have ever watched The Secret Saturdays.
Nope. Oh, wait,
No.
wait. Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
I know about it. I think I've watched it. I just remember. I don't remember anything from it.
Deeply unfortunate, because that was actually a fairly cool show.
I know it's
I
a really
remember.
cool animation.
And
But-
and the villain was like in charge of a, what was it? He was in charge of a podcast / web series of some sort that was just supposed to like show off monsters and creepy things, and he would always introduce his episodes, greetings and bienvenue and stuff like that, trying to be all fancy and shit.
Yeah.
God, those were cool times.
They sure were.
But we're not here for that. We're here
Where are we?
to. Where are
We're
we?
sure not.
We're in the
I'm here
dreamlands.
to roll some dice.
Some digital dice.
Digital. Yes. No. So when we last
Get on with it.
So when we last left off, our lovely band, our lovely party over here of just the 5 best of the best over here, we all got together, performed a dream ritual of sorts that put everybody into another dimension, the dreamlands, because of course it would be. And we ended up in a building in the middle of a desert where the sun, despite the hours that have gone by, has not set at all. Doesn't show signs of setting. It's very strange. And they met a snake, big old snake over here. Let me just, this guy,
Just snag.
Snake friend.
snake friend, Spirit Naga, who's bound to excellent service within the store, as is his duty, as is his charge. Good stuff here, And, then they ran into this guy over here, the one who bears the striking resemblance of one Hazarton Lowls. But it is not Hazarton Lowls. He refers to himself only as the Yellow King, a fragment of the mind of the man by which they are charged with pursuing and potentially killing, which has left everyone over here stupefied and that one over here angry.
That's not Hazardton Laos, that's Lazarton Howls.
You had 3 weeks to think about that.
No, I thought of it like in like a minus 0.5 seconds just now.
Nate, you're a goddamn genius. What did you eat this morning?
I didn't.
Oh.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna have Danny just force feed you now.
Well, we were gonna make croissants, but we couldn't because no power.
Oh! Deeply unfortunate.
It's fine. We were getting an extractor fan fitted. We'll continue on that conversation later after we get more Hazardton Laos, Lazarton Howls. I mean, conversation.
Bazerton, Lazarton, Hazard. Yes.
Bazerton. Hazardton.
We'll just call him Hazzy.
I don't know what you're all hashing about, but I am the Yellow King, obviously.
Yes, though you made that quite apparent. Thank you, Hazardton. I mean, Lazarton. What would you prefer?
Yellow King.
It is too many words.
Yes, he just the Yellow King. You know the title that he just told us 5 minutes ago.
Oh god, I can already tell this is going to be awful. This is just going to be the worst. Anyway, as I unpause the game so that you guys can move your tokens around better, perhaps I can lead you to my repository of fine knowledge. And perhaps that will aid you on your potential next steps in the dreamlands.
That sounds good to me. I think we could use more information.
Question, do we get to go shopping first?
I don't see why
No.
not.
No, business first, pleasure later.
Oh.
This is why he's a success, Goose.
Are you saying I'm not?
Are you rich?
Damn.
Oh, I was literally about to say that. Damn it.
I stole your line.
Ah.
It's okay. You don't gotta say shit. You just gotta pull out those green bills.
Just whipping out the sacks of platinum coin everywhere.
So, business first.
So, I take it you're a very eccentric lot. I don't recall that ever being the case, but then again, I don't recall ever there being a fanciful lord with you in your presence, aside from myself, of course.
Well, I get around. I am a curious soul.
And that curiosity being, keep up, keep up.
Oh, they're moving. They're schmoving.
They're
Where-
schmoving. Oh god, they're wave dashing.
Here is the dining hall. If you ever feel the need to sit down and have a dinner there, I must caution you, the last guests who had dinner there did not make it very pleasant. There was much betrayal. I believe their spirits still kind of linger to the halls, so I choose to eat in my studies if I can help it. So keep that in mind. Yes.
That would seem most wise if their spirits linger.
As you're walking by the curtain, if you don't peek your head through, that is, like, you can hear, like, the sounds of conversation being had.
I want to peek my head through. I'm nosy.
Oh. Goose peeks his head through the curtain, and sitting and moving about within the halls are almost transparent figures who are talking back and forth, sharing incorporeal wine, meats, and eventually you can sort of see that amongst them they're sharing injuries. You can even swear that there's a headless butler serving his own head on a platter.
Goose, keep up.
Oh,
Don't,
it was interesting conversations.
You can't understand them anyway.
Yes, I can. Can I understand them?
They are speaking common. They're talking mostly about the politics of other cities within the Dreamlands.
Oh, I thought you said they were speaking something incorporeal because I can hear that. I won't understand it, but I could hear it.
No,
If that's the case,
no,
okay.
they are
It's-
incorporeal.
It is.
I
okay.
misheard that.
It is okay though. Sometimes the common ears just can't hear every conversation.
It is rude to It is rude to eavesdrop. Now let's go.
I'm sorry, but that's not a very good way to say that since you did that for the people above the over there at the place. Remember?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What? No, not you. Not Lies. Dole. Yeah, where is Lies actually?
Yes. I'm up by Winter because she was left behind.
I can only move one token at a time.
Uh-huh.
I
I'm
promise.
not gonna leave my fellow goth mommy.
Yeah,
Rude.
always have the goth mommies around together. Yes.
Goth Mommy Squad.
I'm trying to keep up with this man.
So over where we just passed now, besides the dining hall, is a much more extravagant version of that. We call that the party hall. That one is not haunted, I promise you. There was a bit of an incident at one point where we had some night gaunts roosting there, but I assure you, they have been chased away. I made them leave. They did not want any part of me, and so they figured they would choose hunting over starvation. So, consider that a win.
Good question. Is it safe to assume that every room that we're gonna be traveling has had an incident? Because it's the second one in a row.
No. Most of
Insight
it is
check.
just. Most of these places just got. You can roll that insight. Absolutely, of course. Most of the incidents that have occurred here have been a combination of.
Natural fucking 20.
I never get these in attack. Though. Well, yes, I do actually. I have gotten a couple. I'm not gonna be spoiled.
You can very much tell that he does not want to speak of any unpleasantries that have occurred within the caravanserai. He instead tries to focus mostly on the positives, and so he is greatly downplaying the fact that, yes, there have been other visitors. Yes, there have been, unfortunately, incidences of a disturbing nature. May or may not have been responsible for why a good chunk of the building is crumbling to the side, but he personally refuses to elaborate further on it, but you can definitely tell that there has been some more unpleasantness besides the betrayal and the lingering spirits.
I'm
I
one
keep-
of those people.
I'll keep that to myself for a bit.
Okay. And now I shall take you over to my studies. Do mind the steps. We do have to climb a ladder. I apologize. It is, it's not great. It's not great. But, we do what we can around here. So, are we just comfortable with following this Laos around? Or no?
Not
Well,
really.
No.
I don't see any other option we really have for any leads, unfortunately.
Oh, and before you ask, because I do see some of you are looking at the bookshelves, this is not my study. No, my study is actually further up the stairs. But these books, they're okay. You can certainly find. You guys are struggling to get in the room, aren't you?
I can't get to the door.
Diagonal,
Sylvan's
diagonal,
blocking the way.
diagonal.
Oh.
Bottom and left at the same
Guys,
time, or bottom and right?
That wasn't canon. We got him just fine.
No, we walked into the wall while not paying attention. That's what it was.
PC
T-posing
player struggling to get
ragdolls.
through a door. My gosh.
It's always the
Gary's
door.
mod all over again.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
So, tell me, who does this study belong to?
Well, at this current moment, it belongs to me. And at a time, it once belonged to Hazarton Laos.
Okay. Can I do a perception check to see if there's any books that might catch my eye?
I'm looking at some books now.
Yeah.
Is there anything shiny in here?
I'm actually checking that right now because I do want to make sure that this one, or if it was the other one, that has what I think it has. And I'm choosing my vagaries, obviously. Diddy. Okay. This is the bookkeeper's office. That is to say, this is where the ledgers are kept of visitors, their dreams, things that they enjoyed sharing. Most of it is written in a different language, though. To make that point, he opens one of the ledgers from the top of the shelves, and it is in a language that is entirely foreign to everyone here.
Huh, damn.
You see, at one point, this place was residence to the denizens of Leng. They have their own specific language from their own plane. They do travel the dreamlands quite often, though. Oftentimes in a flying ship, river-faring ships, sometimes on the back of great creatures who are just as sentient as you and I, but they give their service. But, yes. Now, if you can interpret the language of the things that are written here, then you are more than welcome to it, but I would imagine it would take some time. And the books on the low shelves, those aren't ledgers. Regrettably speaking, those are, well, being a bookkeeper, you had to keep yourself entertained. We'll leave that at that.
I stand in front of the door.
Do you happen to know anything about a mad poet?
Ah! Him! Yes, I do. It's it's actually funny you mention that. So, it's I wouldn't say I blame him. I'm not going to blame him. That would be rude. Very rude, especially on my part. But it is kind of, sort of his fault that I exist.
Really?
Elaborate.
So, my memory's a little fuzzy on the details, as one does when you're just spontaneously birthed into the world. But, you see, I am, as I've explained before, a fraction, a small fragment of what used to be the whole person of Hazarton Laos, left behind when he left the Dreamlands. And the reason for that is because he let Hazarton Laos read a forbidden book.
Forbidden?
Yes.
Am I to assume... Do you know what it is?
He almost seems nervous to speak it aloud, so he kind of draws everybody in so he can speak in more hushed tones. It is a book of tanned leather, of human flesh. It is a tome of forbidden knowledge of the unknown, the eldritch, and even a tome of great and powerful necromancy. It is the Necronomicon.
The Necronomicon, you say?
For those who have knowledge of necromancy and such, you are welcome to roll an Arcana check.
Yeah, I wonder who that would be.
Well,
I
we
get that
have
advantage?
2 nerds, so yeah,
Yes,
I would
please.
assume-
Do I get that an advantage?
Yes, because you are a necromancer, and technically Goose would have also received an advantage on this roll as well, because it is something that would have been spoken about in one of his many classes.
See,
Damn
I
it.
went to class.
Okay, I got
Cool.
a 15.
Okay, 15. And what do we got for Goosen? My god.
It's not showing me my rolls on Foundry. What did I roll? What did I get?
It was,
You got a 4.
What?
No,
it
you
was
got
a high
You got
number.
a
I don't-
16.
Yeah, it was a 16, so I'm assuming that with modifiers that must have been high. I don't know why it's not
Here.
loading.
Let me refresh Foundry. Let me try and get back in there.
I do know that with your 14, you would have gotten a higher result because of your. You do have proficiency in Arcana, correct?
Yes.
Oh, me? Oh, yeah.
Yes, Goose.
Oh, let's see. Proficiency is if I could load in properly.
No, you get no load in.
Yeah, it's not showing me my rolls on Foundry. All my rolls are unknown to me.
Well, shoot. I don't know why it's acting up today, but I do know that you rolled high enough in between Sylvanas and Goose. You would have known that the
Yeah, I'm proficient in
Necronomicon.
it. Yeah.
That the Necronomicon is a tome that, by all accounts, shouldn't exist because it technically comes from an altogether different world, specifically Earth. It is said that the only one who has ever held the Necronomicon in their entire lives and in their existence has only been the mad poet Abdul al-Hazred.
Is there any kind of knowledge we may have, like a kind of roll we could do, just for any more insight information on it?
Well, that's kind of the thing. There isn't really much additional knowledge that one could glean from it, because such text is also forbidden to read. Because if it did make its way to Galarian, assuming this book actually made its way to Galarian, then it would be imposed that no one would crack it open and gleam its pages.
Okay.
Yes, if you wish for an audience with the mad poet and his forbidden book, well, I'm afraid you will not be able to perform this task with great precision. That is to say, you can do it. It is possible, but you need to curry his favor. If I'm...
And how would we do that exactly? Do you have any ideas you can give us?
He looks over some of the ledgers and he produces one particular page that he had used as a bookmark, unfolding it. In my research, I found this left over. I assumed it was a strange shopping list of sort. It turned out it might have been how Hazardton Lowes acquired favor with the mad poet himself. These are gifts, you see. You have to present something that you had to work to get, and then present it to the poet, who then will tolerate your existence long enough to answer questions and maybe even perform favors.
I see. May we take a look at this list, if it's still around?
It's right here. And he presents a folded-up piece of paper that, when unfolded, it does present a list, and this is where notes need to be taken, ladies and gentlemen. I'm
Okay.
about to read it out.
Oh boy,
Alright,
no.
give me typing fingers ready.
You must acquire Viscount's signet ring, or it's Viscount. I'm not sure. It's Viscount, and then it's their signet ring, yes. A feline tail, preferably blue and purple mottled fur.
Damn it, we can't use Dole.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
You're not taking my goddamn
Unless
tail.
we can dye it.
Oh my
No.
gosh.
Does that work?
With what dye?
I don't know. Some dye. You can buy it.
Grab some plants,
I have
make
Druid
a dye
Trap.
out of it.
Oh god. Skull of Ghoul Royalty.
Goo.
Yeah, ghoul.
Loyalty.
Oh, ghoul. I heard goo, like cheese. Oh.
Oh, goo.
Yes,
Goo
Goo
royalty.
Royalty. You must find the
Oh,
royal
like.
ooze.
The royal ooze.
A green stone idol of a water lizard.
Really?
We'll ask Voon for that one.
Voon?
If he knows anything.
A Night Hag Ambassador's Heartstone.
Wait, a what?
A
Heartstone?
night tags ambassadors.
A
Hearthstone.
Night Hag Ambassador's Heartstone. Not Hearthstone. Heartstone. A Captain's Tricorn.
Jesus.
This is like a shopping list. What the?
This really is.
It's
And
a fetch quest.
And finally, a red webbed foot.
This, what? All of this just to get an audience.
In theory,
Right.
you could get away with acquiring less, but you curry much more favor and you get greater boons if you provide more.
Are we sure we're not just doing his shopping list?
Believe me when I say it is worth it. From the scant memories I have, which are more like dreams, and yes, I find the irony of that considering where I am is paramount, but in the scant memories I have, he was able to hold and read the Necronomicon. And so here I am. That is not something that the mad poet is just going to do just because you got him a few items.
I see. So as a result of reading, you're here.
I
Yes.
also I have another question. Is the mad poet the reason why this place is in this condition?
No. The dreamlands are ever shifting, ever changing. This place was constructed by the hands and work of Hazarton Lowles and his people, and it has been abandoned long since he had left after performing his own tasks. He is gone, but I remain. I am just a simple fraction of a mind, and so this abandoned caravanserai and its rubbling ruin is also a good representation, if it makes sense to you.
You are basically a guardian of this mind space.
You could say that, yes. And unfortunately, because the Dreamlands is still its own plane, regardless of whether you're here physically or you are visiting as a dreamer, as I'm sure many of the denizens of this world will no doubt be able to identify by looking upon you, when it comes to the creatures here, they do what they want. Sometimes you have night gaunts who just fly by and drop, well, people to their dooms around here. Sometimes a dreamer wanders in, is terrified, and eventually just wakes up. Sometimes I'm visited by marauders who seek nothing more than to bring harm to what little I have left. It's as beautiful a place as it is hostile here.
Would you say it's a place you're happy living in?
I have no choice. I cannot leave this world. I cannot return to Galarian as I am. I am a fraction of a mind. What would that mean for me? Two Hazartons on the same plane of existence. One that only existed in his mind, and then the physical form. Do I just erase myself from existence for being in his presence? Do I return to him and become a part of his mind? The ramifications are endless, but speculatory at best.
So, if you could change your fate, would you?
I will stab you. I will cut you. No. You didn't.
You know, I knew that's where it was going. I just didn't actually think you would just keep it going with it.
You son of a
said
bitch.
the words. He said the words.
He even went into the fucking accent. Oh my god.
If you had a
Press
chance
on.
to change your fate, would you?
What's that even from?
Brave.
It's from Bray.
Oh. Since that was asked, I will assume in earnest.
It was one, a joke, but also an earnest question.
Okay.
That's a fun way to get both in.
Well, I am my own person with my own will. I'm here. I am my own independent being. I'm not beholden to the past of Hazarton Laus or any future actions that he has. Anything that I do is my choice. I am alive. So, if I could change it, would I? Well, the alternative would be not existing. Do you think that life would be better if you were never born?
Well, it is subjective. In your case, you're a piece of his mind. If you were to release yourself, you would basically just meld back into his subconscious. And this place would cease to exist.
Then, like that, it only affirms my purpose here. But I assume that this little list here will do you no good if you are unsure of where to go. I'll tell you now, if you try to leave this desert, you'll only find more desert. It is a dreamscape, after all. You've entered the place that exists so long as I do and so long as it is in your minds. If you wish to visit other places of the dreamlands, you will find that your journeys are almost endlessly walking in one direction and hoping and praying that in your mind's eye you will eventually come to an image close enough to the world that you want to travel to within the dreamlands. Come, I'll take you upstairs and I can show you a few books. I will recommend you not touch certain books, as I've already had to find ways to where I wasn't cursed to keep reading them over and over and over again, and I would greatly appreciate not having to try to pry your fingers from such cursed text.
Understandable.
Very good. And now it's time to load up the other map, which there's no combat happening, but this is just, for representation's sake.
Sure. We believe you.
Don't play these games with me. Okay, just gonna drop you guys here, and then I drop you here, and then I
Oh,
drop
cool.
you
It's dark.
here. Why is it dark? Did I forget to turn up the lighting on this thing again?
Hey, who turned off the lights?
I
That's
did.
okay. I can see. I'm a cat.
I can't add.
Cat
Okay,
AI. Cat AI.
As you kill yourself.
Yeah, no, I'm dying. Don't worry about
Commits
it. It's
commits
pretty casual.
unalive.
Yeah.
Welcome to my study. You are welcome to look over any tome you wish. The one over there by the pedestal, that is the tome in question that I greatly recommend you don't peruse, even in passing, as you will be drawn to read even more of it. Okay? Very good. Now, among these texts is where he himself, Hazarton Laws, had conducted the research over these items specifically, and so he was able to glean a location in which he performed the occult ritual of dream walking. That is to say, the ritual that you performed to arrive here. You had to have an image or the thought of the caravanserai before you showed up here. And I imagined that such a thing was only done because you had done the appropriate research before conducting the ritual.
Exhaustively, yes.
I assure you that every book here is not written by my predecessor and does not contain, albeit sadly, any such flowery language. The research will actually be easier for these books.
Yay.
Awesome.
Yay.
However, there's still going to be a lot of books. As an example here, some of the titles that you see that you will have to read over, for example, for the Viscount's Signet Ring, you will have to peruse through the following tomes, being Elements Through the Spirals of Time, Spiders of Sin and Sky, and Theological Agreements of the Kingdom. And for the sake of the research checks, people here would have to be knowledgeable in history and arcana.
History and Arcana. Ooh, I'm good at both.
You better.
I would hope so. I would hope
All that
so.
boasting about being in college.
I kind
Does that
of want
mean
to
I
roll
get
for
adva-
history.
Does that mean I get advantage?
Well, you have proficiency, and it would certainly help. So it would not grant advantage at this point, but it definitely will help if everybody who has at least some points in the skill can perform it. We need 15 or higher as a result so that we can beat the complexity. And once we've beaten the complexity, we can then do what we did previously, where we rolled D10 or D12 to knock down the points.
I didn't mean advantage. Whoops.
Well, at least the rolls are showing now.
Oh, that was at least. I mean, those are similar numbers, so I mean, that was just one higher than the other one. So I don't know.
So anybody who wants to attempt to roll, you are welcome to it, if for nothing else because it'll help conduct the research, and it's more dice to knock down the knowledge. And when I say this is easier, I mean it will be easier, because you guys are just going to be perusing through books, skimming through books, anything.
So just to agree. So Laos just hangs out here.
Laos just hangs out here. 20! Okay.
It's like his like lounge pad essentially.
Mm-hmm. He keeps it very well scented. You can tell that the candles are at least scented, so it doesn't smell of book musk and other things.
Sand.
And sand, yeah, because it's coarse and gets everywhere. All right, so I see a 20, a 14? A 14. 20, 14, and 24 so far. Does Dole wish to attempt a history or arcana?
Hey, Nate.
Hi, buddy.
Do you wish to roll for history?
What's the harm?
I guess a good
Okay.
amount.
Okay.
Damn, this guy fucking stupid as shit.
Okay, so we've got 3 successes. For Goose, unfortunately, you are just going to roll a d10. For Lies and Sylvanas, I will need a d12. Okay, 11. Good. 11 plus 6 plus 4 is 17 and 21. 21. Okay, cool.
21.
Do. So, just for the sake of example, because you can choose which item you want to research first, but for the Viscount's signet ring, you've acquired the following. That Lowls himself had learned that the Viscount referenced is Viscount Pietro Brellin, a mysterious but popular noble in the Dreamlands in the city of Celephais, or Celephais. That is spelled as Celephais.
Wow, that is
Cool, I spelled that right.
Wow, that was way off from what I spelled. Hold on a sec. Spell it again.
Celephais. That's either
And what was his last name?
Celephais
Pietro
or
what?
Brellin.
Pietro Brellin.
Brellin?
Yep, Brellin with 2 L's.
Got it.
Wow.
It might be Pietro Breyin in hindsight. I'm not sure. And we did 21, so I gotta subtract that. Aha. Also, according to one of Laus's travel logs, wow, he kept a travel log. God help us. Celephais. Imagine Laus just doing the written version of, what up, everybody? This is your boy Hazarton Laus trying some good dining here in Celephais. That kind of shit.
It's like, oh my gosh, it really is like, it's like Dracula, like with Jonathan just like writing about his travels.
Celephais is an opulent and populous city. Although visitors and natives alike experience the passage of time normally in Celephais, the city appears frozen in time. Laus visited at noon, and the sun remained at its zenith even though he spent hours negotiating with the Viscount for his ring. And while this is not the last piece of knowledge that can be acquired after reading all these books for several hours, you do note that Viscount Brellin is known for hosting courtly and lavish events. Fearing to lose the Viscount's favor, attendees ignore any and all unusual happenings at these events.
Okay. Good to know.
So he threw some pretty nice parties.
Indeed. Oy. Let's see, was there any other information that could be gleaned? You know what? I'll just give you guys this one because you brought it so close to 0, I might as well. It's fine. And you know that the proper phrase that allows you to enter this particular dreamland excursion through your ritual, yep, you learn the proper phrase that would take you specifically to the Viscount's gala. It doesn't say what that phrase is, but it can be incorporated into the ritual for when you want to travel to his gala. So essentially, you replace the chant that would have been for the Caravanserai and put in a part of the chant for the Viscount's gala.
God. Okay.
I
So
said it doesn't say exactly what it is. It just, there is a different phrase.
There is a different phrase, yep. So essentially, within like the ritual that you had performed earlier, during your chanting, you would have made mention of the Caravanserai over and over and over again as you messed with the ladder. or rather with the miniature steps. So you replace that phrase with a different one, and it'll teleport you directly inside of the gala building.
So it's basically just like changing the location in Google Maps.
Correct. So that is what you've gleaned after several hours of researching, going over books, comparing notes, and it is a greater relief to be looking through these notes because they are much more straightforward. That much is very clear. These books are not trying to cross-reference another book. It isn't looking at some other person's notes. It is simply, okay, we found one of Hazardton Lyle's notes here. It makes mention of this. We're already opening this book anyway, so it's already here. It's straightforward. There is no cross-reference that book in this. Like what?
Thank goodness. It's like one large Wikipedia article.
Correct. This one's much more organized, as opposed to a fan wiki. That's insulting. Not every fan wiki is bad. Not every fan wiki is bad. I'm sorry.
Maybe on Wikia, maybe. Wikia sucks. There's so many ads there.
I'm glad somebody said it. Me trying to look up like character info for a particular show I'm obsessed with. Ads. And that's how you get a virus. And
Yay.
And now that you've seen it, you've definitely noticed that despite the hours that have gone by, yeah, the sun still hasn't left the sky in the desert. It is just the middle of the day.
Every 60 seconds a minute passes.
Huh.
Yes. Every 60 seconds a minute passes. But
Boy, them college lessons really shining through.
Don't remind me.
Wow,
please tell me that
boy,
college wasn't
insightful.
that bad for you guys.
I wouldn't know.
It was
College
not
was
great.
okay.
Well, I guess I shouldn't say
it's very-
college to you, Nate. I guess it's more university.
No, college is not like university. Over here, university is still, university.
I
Oh.
loved how my user interface design, that class that was considered advanced for my degree, also still started with people teaching them, this is how you open a file. This is how you save files. Bitch, I've already completed the Mona Lisa in
Fucking-
Illustrator. Shut the fuck up.
You know how many
I
people are
fucking
tech
love
illiterate?
when
You know how
going
many
to my
people...
acting class and they're like, oh, we're not going to act. We're going to learn about, like, why the Romans used this. And it's like, that's very cool. We've been doing this for months. When are we going to act? And I drop the class.
To be fair, you know how many people are tech illiterate now for some reason? Despite us being, like, in the modern age.
Well, that's because
Then they shouldn't have been in that class in the first place for me.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I understand the tech illiteracy only because, like, we're lazy. Let's just be honest. There are people who are learning how to code in other programs now because they had to gain the interest for it. But if you're just the average, for lack of a better way of putting it, the average consumer who just has to have the latest Apple iPhone or whatever the hell that you use for your entertainment, you don't need to learn anything about how to, like, clean up the phone. You don't have to learn anything about programs and this and that. You just buy phone, it works. Buy computer, it works. So yeah, like, the tech illiteracy thing, that's just laziness. We'll call it what it is. It's laziness.
Pretty much.
Oh gosh. And to answer a
Like a-
question that I did see in the chat, I get to ask how hard is it to get into D&D. It's not hard.
It's not. As long
The
as you
hardest
have
part would be finding a group to play with.
Yep, I was just to say that. As long as you can find someone that can actually, like, run a campaign, it's like, it can be as simple as, like, running a board game. Like, everyone, you don't have to have an expert on there. Or if you're willing to just start it up yourself.
Like, running a game, okay, maybe not running a game. Sorry. Let me rephrase. Let me rephrase. There are supplements out there that make getting into D&D a lot easier. There's the beginner box for those who want to pick up D&D 5th edition. There's the beginner box. There's the beginner box for Pathfinder as well if you want to do a little bit more number crunching math. And while they're not perfect ways to get into the game because they don't teach you 100% of the rules, it is also not difficult to go online and find out, okay, this is a different way to make the character sheet, this is a different way to conduct the math, and then you just learn from there. The beginner box is there to get your feet wet, and you just need to have players who are willing to sit down and play the game with you. And one player in particular has the arduous, semi-difficult task of running the story and the world.
I don't know. The second edition beginner's box seems actually pretty nice.
I'll admit that. I have a copy of the
Improved it.
box. I just have to sit down with these nerds and actually teach them how to play Pathfinder.
And then, of course, you got all your free resources like Roll20. You can host your own Foundry if you can figure out port forwarding, which there's easy guides that you can look up that stuff. Owlbear, Rodeo, all these different resources, things. Roll20 is on Discord too, so.
So yeah, to say how easy it is to get into D&D or Pathfinder or any of these other types of tabletop games, it starts with getting a group of friends who are interested in it and having a decent affinity for both math and a bit of imagination. Because you're not being teleported into a world, you're playing with a group of friends, probably sharing some drinks and acting, a little bit of acting. Oh, and rolling dice, because I love the clickety-clack of math rocks.
Math rocks.
Rolling dice is fun.
Yes, it is. I will eventually just start saying you guys need to get, like, webcams so that we can roll physical dice again.
I have webcam.
I have webcams.
Oh, shit.
I think we
Both
all have
doesn't.
webcams. Oh, then buy them. Get them like a $20 webcam. You can find them for cheap. The good like Logitech like 520s. That's what I
What
got.
desk space?
What? It's a
Oh,
webcam. It's
schnun.
not a full-fledged camera.
Yeah, I know, but for wolves.
Well, I mean, for that one I have a solution for. Since you guys technically, we all live in the same house, most of us do, I could just be like, okay, I'll set up my side webcam that I get from model kits. I'll just zoom it in for a little dice rolling tray, and I will give you all the option. Hey, do you guys want me to roll, or do you want to roll? And I'll just listen to Wolf stomp his feet and grab the dice, because he is not going to let me roll for him ever again. Not after Rise of the Room
Stay in
Lords.
your room.
Sheesh. You know what? That wouldn't be bad.
Would it?
I don't think it would. Because it just means that you guys get to grab my microphone and mess with me as the dungeon master.
I'm not squeezing myself into that room with you two also in it.
I physically can't. I'm on the other side of the world.
I would have to drive like 3 hours or 2. Wait, and actually probably not even that long, actually. Still.
I'm on the other side of the world.
Okay, then everyone needs a...
do the critical role thing where we just have you on the laptop.
Yeah, I'm on a video call. Just on a physical laptop right there.
That would be dope, actually. But reminiscing aside... reminiscing aside, so yeah, you've now conducted research for one of the items on your list. You do have a choice of spending time in the dreamlands and just kind of sleeping there. As you, yes, again, the word choice is not lost on me, but you can actually just reside in the dreamlands for an extended period of time and conduct your research a little bit at a time, or you can leave and then come back at a different time, but just be mindful that any physical item that you've picked up in the dreamlands is not going to return to you in the waking world.
But what if we believe like really hard?
You answered your own question.
I don't know. I say we stay sleep over.
Well,
In a
alright
desert.
then. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, we
it's-
slept in worse places. We literally slept in an asylum. I don't think we can really top that.
you
I mean,
slept in
sleeping in an
you
asylum,
slept in
we
an
had no
asylum.
choice.
What do you mean you
We had no
slept in an
choice.
asylum?
That was out of character. That was an entire.
I know. I wanted to
what?
just have that.
I could say it out loud, and I feel like Goose could say it out loud. Do you guys want me to say it out loud? I can.
No.
You know what? I'm gonna flip a coin. Heads for yes, tails for no. I landed on tails. Fine.
Oi.
Oof.
It's a wonderful day.
It is.
Damn,
If we are going to take like a rest, though, I do want to go back and talk to the Naga shopkeeper.
Oh
No,
yeah,
of
we
course.
get to go shopping.
Well, because the thing is that just like back in the waking world when you were doing the research then, this research did take several hours of uninterrupted study. So think of it as doing a work day where all you did was read and maybe sipped on some tea that the Yellow King probably provided, to which Winters probably pushed the cup aside because she was not going to touch that tea.
Goose couldn't Goose have taken it if she was not going to drink it?
Oh, for sure.
Thank you.
It is very nice tea. It's very unusual to have a hot drink in a hot desert, but it was oddly soothing because of the bit of lemon and honey.
Fancy.
Yes, fancy indeed.
Ponce.
So, friendo, are we gonna go visit our snake friend? Wait, hold on. So, are we going to visit our snake friend?
Yes.
Oh dear. So while these two are off visiting, these two here are off visiting their snake friend, is there anything else that the rest of the party here would like to do or converse in any way, shape, or form?
I think we've more or less seen everything this room has to offer, right?
I mean, there's still other books because you still have to do research for the other items. The Skull of Ghoul Royalty, the Feline Tail, unless you're willing to donate, which we won't judge. The Ambassador's
For science.
Heartstone, Captain's Tricorn,
I'll keep
Webbed
reading,
Red
then.
Foot.
I was gonna say, Liza just busy herself with just researching more. The sooner that she can find objectives, the better.
Fair enough. I assume that you will consult the assistance of your inner voice.
Naturally.
In which case, the staff will kind of slither to some books, and in a mockery of not so human shape, but in a mockery of an attempt at performing actions, it grows limbs, just two, because it's slithering like a snake. It grows two limbs that it picks up a book from a shelf and holds it to the head of the staff, as you can see it perusing through the page as though we're actually reading.
That's very handy. Two minds are better than one.
Nightmare fuel aside, of course. And Winter
That's
will
great. What are you talking about?
and Winter will do the same. I will conduct rolls for those who want to keep reading. We'll do that now, and then we'll cut over to Snake Friend.
Okay. How many dice do I need to roll for history?
Well, let's see. That depends. Which subject matter do you want to do research on first? You gotta decide.
I guess doing next on the list, the Feline Tail.
The Feline Tail. All right. So you start picking up the books, Monuments of the Forest, Tigers and Flies, and Wise Harmony. And you actually need, for this one, Nature and Arcana.
Oh, perfect. I'm proficient in Arcana, but not Nature.
You're a
Surprisingly.
druid!
She's proficient in medicine.
Damn. Actually, what is... Winter? Baby?
poor Winter.
Oh... Wait, does religion count for... Damn. Okay, so that's a no.
What counts overall? 'Cause I don't think there's much Dole can help with.
I mean, are you helping with the research?
Yeah, Dole's researching. He's reading.
Let's see.
Okay. Then we'll just go down the list.
We would need appropriate skills here. Because for the Pathfinder equivalent, it calls for geography, nature, and planes. I will say that I can substitute some of these with different skills, perhaps. Like, obviously Planes and Arcana, that has to go hand in hand. That just is what it is. But for nature, I could probably substitute it for something like survival, perhaps.
I got a +3 on survival.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, man.
We can do that.
I feel bad. Look in main hall. I feel like we've just been doing this with Winter so far. I feel so bad for Winter.
I gotta look
Pretty
at it
much.
now.
She's here.
All right,
She's
so-
doing things.
So roll survival for the feline tail.
Yes. Give me the survival roll.
Oh, hey, look
15.
at that.
All right, good roll. I didn't fuck up this time.
Ayo, there we go. And for our lovely
Winter.
entity... Oh, and Winter, of course. Let's see, we'll do Winter
I was gonna
first.
say, don't forget her.
I won't forget her, I promise. Let me look over some of this
Already
info and
did.
see if I can perhaps glean something that's of equivalence. Da-da-da-da-da-da. No, she's gonna have to try nature, unfortunately. That is not good, not good. We'll see. Maybe, perhaps.
Not bad.
Could be better. And finally, our residential, living deity.
Spooky boy.
Why?
Damn.
Okay. So for Dole and Lies, roll me a d10. And Winter is also going to be rolling a d10, but I don't know what she's going to get out of that.
Rolling my D10.
Okay.
7.
17. Please tell me that the points are lower on this one. Okay, we have potential. So you glean from the pages after conducting hours of research. This is all going on while the boys are out, by the way. According to a naturalist's papers, felines with blue and purple tails are called pards, and they can be found in the dreamlands enchanted woods. You also glean that one of Lal's diaries indicates his intent to seek the advice of Zugs, a race of intelligent, rodent-like creatures native to the enchanted woods. Zugs are carnivorous and particularly enjoy feline flesh. It appears that Lal's assumed that Zugs would know where to find pards. However,
Okay.
because you did not roll enough, you did not glean the word you would need to include for any ritual.
Shit.
So
Would
we
honestly this be better to do when everybody's here?
probably
Good, so we
because
can knock. So we
'cause then
can
you-
knock down all the. Okay.
exactly, yeah.
Then
so
yeah,
you can
alright.
knock it all down.
Then. Alright, then I guess while Lias and Dole are doing what they can, boys, do your thing with your.
Yo, have your fun on your shopping trip. Oh my god.
I mean, I'm not shopping. I don't really need it.
You're babysitting.
I'm babysitting, yes.
You're
I shall
babysitting.
teleport you over
Oh,
there.
thank you for doing it so I don't have to.
Damn.
You basically took up the role yourself.
Why? It's just a shop. What's the worst that could happen?
Sets it all on fire.
You know, you no, never mind.
So you arrive back at the shop where the Naga is, dutifully tending to his wares. Replenishing water, appearing to be replenishing food, and occasionally does gleam over himself a little bit in the mirror, just for the sake of, keeping his scales tended to.
You know, I don't think I recall ever getting your name.
Wait, I'm checking my notes. Not
A Naga has no name. Not one that he remembers.
Really? Why do you want a name?
I have not
let him have
been
it.
I have not been addressed by name in several years. So I have no recollection for what to call myself.
Well, what is it that you enjoy?
Despite my imprisonment, I have no qualms for the service that I provide. Though my master, as have currently, has not been worthy of it as of late.
You know... What... No, you've already told me this. Because I want to hire you for your services. Personally. To work for me. But like you said previously, it has to be up to... Hazelton himself.
I am bound to these walls, yes. So long as they stand, here is where I stay.
So if there were to be an accident and the walls would just fall, your contract would be broken?
The snake seems to contemplate this, as though this is the first time that such a thought has ever crossed him.
Perhaps. I have attempted such a thing before, but I've never been successful at breaking the stone. Yet, I am keenly aware that just outside these walls, other walls have fallen.
Okay. Then I will keep that in mind, because I would definitely like for you to work for me. I would definitely treat you better than Hazelton. Wholeheartedly.
Being in the service of a beetle would be better than servicing one who has abandoned me to time and the desert.
Let me see if I can work something. Perhaps I might be able to get you to escape, and we may have a mutual agreement.
Do you know of a way for those of the dreamlands to cross over to the waking world?
You don't, but Goose does.
I do?
Well, only because you survived an entire horrific encounter with such a thing.
I need a refresher.
I will make you roll a wisdom check.
Fuck. Okay. Now, do I have advantage?
Because it is recent, yes.
Yes. Okay. Wisdom roll. Please. No!
What the shit?
You had one
Can
job.
I use my
You had
inspiration?
one
Can I
job.
use my inspiration? Can I use
Absolutely.
my inspiration?
Trying to get a I'm trying to get a reptilian
College
employee.
boy, great job. So
No,
proud
I
of
have
you.
I have inspiration. This is important. Can I please use inspiration?
Yes. You can use inspiration and re-roll the whole thing
This is
with
so
advantage.
funny. If
If
it
my
happens
inspiration
again.
fails, I have my luck, okay?
Oh my
How
god.
This is
many
gonna go
fucking times have
fine.
you used your inspiration already?
This is the first time I've used my inspiration. I've been using luck
You used the
every other
inspiration
time.
literally last session.
That was my
no.
luck, not
No,
inspiration.
that was luck. Remember, he's got the lucky
Okay.
feat. It gives him like a pool of re-rolls.
Oh yeah, that's right.
If you think that's broken, I promise you the halfling with halfling luck plus the lucky feet is stupid. And
It was
everyone
wisdom,
uses
right?
Yeah,
wisdom,
it was
yes.
wisdom check.
Okay. Please.
Snake eyes.
please. Come on!
Ain't
The
no
same?
goddamn way.
Numbers?
The
goddamn way.
same.
Oh my god, I
how many
fucking
times
called
have I
it.
used my luck? How many times have I used my luck? I have to really quick make
You
sure. to check
haven't
'cause I
used
don't
your
wanna cheat
luck
this.
once here. What do you mean?
I'm using my luck. I have 3 chances. I have 3 more chances. I am gonna roll this
Oh
goddamn
my
success.
god, I hope it happens again. It'll be so funny.
No, shut up.
3 and 4 at the
Listen.
No.
I'm all for fucking comedy, man.
All right.
I want it to happen.
You know what? Third time's a charm.
Bro.
Are you kidding me? All
It is higher. It is higher.
Okay, this is my second.
If
I'm really
you
gonna
can-
use all of my luck here.
If you can give me a 10, if you can give me a 10, I will give you the knowledge you seek.
This is important. I need my pride, okay?
I know, but you might not.
Oh, what are you, saying?
Second luck roll. Let's go. Is that? Are you fucking kidding me?
Listen,
I have one
listen.
more luck roll
No,
left.
do not.
I-
No, do not. Do
No
not.
I'm gonna
more.
give it
Help
to you.
me?
I'll just give
Is
it
he
to
helping
you.
me?
I'll just
Can
give
you
it
say
to
he's
you.
helping
Don't give
me?
it to him. What are you
No,
doing?
no.
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 Wait, is my buddy, is my friend over here helping me out?
Are you talking about Clep?
Oh,
Well, not
Is
Clep,
Clep even
but
in
well,
here?
I mean, I love Clep, but
No,
I mean,
Clep
I
isn't
mean,
sentient.
Sylvanas.
Clep isn't sentient.
Is
He's a
Sylvanas helping
tool.
me? Sylvanas, you're helping me out, right?
You
We're
know,
friends.
sometimes we just have to accept the L.
No.
I was about to say, you literally just rolled like 7 times.
Sylvanas,
I don't know
my,
what I-
my friend, my pal, my buddy, you're helping me out, right?
I mean, DM, what can I do with this? I mean,
You could-
he's already rolled like 7.
You could roll a wisdom check in his stead and recall some of the stories that Goose mentioned.
Okay, what is wisdom check? This is a saving throw. This I am doing.
Saving throw.
No. This is
He
this.
was looking over the butt. What the shit?
Yeah! It was meant to be!
You recall.
Look at that.
You recall that between Goose, Dole, and Lies, they had one common detail that they shared of their time at the asylum, and that was the inclusion of this yellow mist. The very same yellow mist that schlorped Voon from the dreamlands that he resided in and into the physical world. You would have to basically recreate an entire ritual that would potentially cost the life of another individual to, once again, schlorp somebody from the dreamlands to your waking world.
I shake off the thought of Voon.
He came from the Dreamlands. If it makes you feel better, the other things that they faced back at the asylum also came from the Dreamlands. The Night Gaunt came from the mist, which means he was schlorped from the Dreamlands. The oozes that had people's faces on them came from the Dreamlands. Insects that were horrifying and dug under people's skin also came from the Dreamlands.
So all we would have to do is get something from the Dreamlands, have it dead, and then use that as a substitute or medium to send him into the physical world.
Kinda, sort of.
What?
The ritual in question is something that the cult leader back at the asylum had conducted using several people. And those several people were ultimately sacrificed to be doomed as living, rotting engines that spouted mist from every orifice that they had in their body. They were still very much alive and in pain during the process.
Oh, so they have to be alive.
Yes. The minute that they die, the mist stops oozing from their mouth and, other places.
Damn it.
Oh shoot.
Oh yeah, there was a super chat mentioned.
Yeah, I just replied to it. Thank you, Aquarius Rose. Have fun with Disneyland. They sent $10 super chat.
Oh shoot.
Have fun with Disneyland. Much jealous.
I want to go to Disney. Not really.
I want to go to Disneyland.
I would starve there.
I would go broke.
I don't.
I want to go to
And-
Disneyland
Not
with
that
none of
glor-
the financial issues that come after.
No, absolutely not. Not that glorified gift shop.
You really do be like that sometimes. But yeah.
Epcot, yes. No.
Oh no, Epcot for sure. Maybe Hollywood Studio for the Star Wars attraction. Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh goodness. But yeah, have fun at Disneyland, and yes, it would require the ritual itself would require the use of a living body.
Okay.
You know, maybe that's why Goose was actually rolling low. He suppressed that knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely. Huh.
He suppressed such
Yeah.
evil occult knowledge. Knowledge.
Let me think. What about?
He's thunking.
I'm thinking too. You know what? No, it's because Goose
Wait a
is
minute.
trying to think of names right now for our friend.
Wait a minute. The incorporeal people over there?
The incorporeal ones? Those are ghosts.
Yeah. Oh, so that wouldn't work.
Yeah, they're incorporeal because
Yeah.
they're spirits.
Oh, I might have to lose karma to do that. Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I mean, you're still on a long boat trip. Just because you spend a couple days in the dreamlands doesn't mean that time moved forward over in the waking world.
Yeah. Maybe, you know what, honestly, maybe there might be able to find like a book or something that finds another way to do it.
Most likely.
Okay, yeah, then I'll do that then. Go back to it would give me a good excuse to go back to them out.
To the what?
The study.
Right. Okay. Which,
See if there's a book in there that can has more about the rituals of sending something from the dream world to the physical world.
Okay, we could do that. Which brings me to, is there anything else you'd like to converse with the serpent about? He does offer some bottles of wine. Don't ask where the grapes came from.
Did you say wine?
Fuck.
Oh boy.
Don't you have like? Why do you need more? I can see it in your eyes. You do not need more wine.
I like tasting things.
No.
Look, have you? And he just like he like grabs Sylvanas by like the vest and like tries to pull himself close. You know how? When was the last time you get a chance to go to a dreamland and taste exotic wine?
You are spitting in my face.
He's got his feet
I know.
planted on like Sylvanas' chest and is holding him by
Do
his
you-
shirt collar.
Okay, yeah. In that case, it's like
Do you realize you are putting your dirty feet on my shirt?
My feet are very clean, thank you.
Why are there footprints on my vest?
It's okay. It's just the dreamland. We'll leave and we'll be just fine.
You know, the ritual requires someone alive. You are making it very tempting. Goose.
You know, friend, I thought of some good names that we could give you. Let's see. One of my friends here was figuring out the answer. Let's see. Just like I'll go through them and you can tell me which one you like more. Let's see. I got Amir, Malik. Oh, Khan. That's a really good one. Ahmad, Khalil, Tarek, Rashad. Any takers? Any good ones?
Dole is like halfway across wherever the fuck, and even he can just see, he senses this shit. It's like, something's wrong.
Oh no.
I do not want to leave until he leaves. I really want to go and read more about the books, but I do not want to leave Goose by himself with alcohol again. Because somehow, I don't know how, but we will end up having to pay debts in someone else's dream.
I suppose now is probably not the time to tell you that this is an exotic lotus wine. That is to say, It will help you sleep if you find yourself of troubled mind and unable to pass into your own dreams.
Wait a minute. If we are already in a dreamscape, what happens if we
What if you fall asleep in a dream? Have a dream in a dream.
do you just wake back up into the physical world, or do you just go further?
I suppose such a thing has never been explored, especially of you dreamers. For me, I sleep, I dream, I am still here. For you, I am not certain. Perhaps this lotus wine is not for you then.
No. Please.
Yes.
Perhaps you
Please.
may hold on to it if you need use of it elsewhere and not for yourself.
I will take it immediately. I appreciate it.
But if you are not one who needs a nightcap, perhaps he starts digging through the shelves. You don't strike me as a vodka fellow.
No, to be fair, wine, yes, but I'm not a heavy drinker.
Very well. Something light, fruity. This is an apple wine. It's unusual, yes, but we did have one dream visitor who swore up and down by its taste. It's very sweet. He does produce the bottle, but despite the fact that he claims it is an apple wine, it looks more like... It looks like a fizzy drink, because it's bubbling. Does not make a lick of sense here.
All right. How does the currency work here?
Whatever you have in your pocket that is of value, we can trade. That is how I have run my business. But in the rest of the dreamlands, you are more than welcome to trade in gold, jewels, and depending on the folk you run into, even the finest rubies.
Like I said, it is yours, my friend, as long as you have enough rubies.
He actually opens his bag of currency, and aside from the beetles that carry jewels on their backs, you do notice that there is a wide collection of different currencies. Some of them are gold, platinum, copper, even silver. But then you find other strange items in there. There's a rod, there is actually a crown, if you can believe it, a circlet that would have gone on someone's head at one point, and even, as odd as it appears, what he described earlier, a perfect ruby. Not just any ruby, not just, here's a ruby for a ring, here's a ruby for a pendant. This is perfect. There is not a flaw on it. You could take a little scope, put it on your eye, and observe it to appraise it, and you will find not a hint of a flaw all over the gem.
Authentic.
There is a race of people who are obsessed with trading only in rubies, and theirs are immaculate. The last who dropped off and purchased my wares left me this ruby. An unusual woman.
Oh wait, I feel like I should be writing this part down.
I say unusual only because she dealt in the business of similar to my situation. She was a slaver, you see.
Oh.
Do you recollect what she looked like?
Much like any other denizen of Lang. Covered. You can never see their faces. They prefer to keep their mouths hidden. Turbans adorn their head, rags and such. But she was finely dressed, if you can believe it, and carried around several devices that were meant to make a mockery of the dead.
Oh, I think I know who he's talking about. Possibly, unless it says another one.
A mockery of the dead. In what fashion?
She carried a device for interrogational purposes of those few who would perish, and once they do, it is clamped on and brings them to life temporarily and painfully, so that they may be subject to information gathering.
Such a device, what is your opinion on it? Do you find it deplorable?
Reprehensibly, though I see the efficiency of its use. A lesser version of Speak with the Dead. On a fresh corpse, you could use it to gather information on those who you deem have secrets worth sharing. But I will not deny that there are those who see it as cruel.
I want to ask you something actually. This could be a stretch, a very big stretch, but I think it's still worth asking. Does the name Millicent strike any memories, any bells?
Millicent. No. Not at all. If you were trying to glean the name of the slaver, I can tell you with certainty that that was not her name.
Was the name Amari?
No.
You don't know her name because you never got her
More
name.
of them.
Amari was the name of the accuser that was friends with Winter, and Millicent was the vampire.
I was like looking through my notes and I'm like, fuck, I don't think I have anything else. It sounded familiar. I thought I was on the right track. I was wrong.
Ooh, actually,
We had a conversation with the piece of Hazatan Laos over there. What do you know about the Mad Poet?
He is exactly that. Mad. But I cannot deny his power. He sees the future, present, and past simultaneously. He can offer you gifts and boons in exchange for presents. He can make you stronger. He could make you weaker if you slight him. Any slight is enough to incur his wrath to where he will passively ignore you, or leave you broken and shattered to the sands of the desert. But I know he is not of this world.
Right. All right. We will. Well,
Look around your shop more.
Yeah.
Do I get to look around more?
Yeah. You go ahead and do that.
Other it's like while I'm looking at. Oh, you know what? I got some other names too that, there's Fabian. Oh, that was a really good. Morshu, you seem like a Morshu.
I did appreciate the name of Khan. It implies importance and royalty. Or a conqueror.
Let me see.
Oh, that was my first one, I think.
Well, actually, Khan is not bad.
I'm glad that was my first one.
So
If you'd
long,
like it, yes.
so long as you don't give me a name that is simply an addition to a name meaning serpent or snake, I will be happy with it. I'm only prejudicial to it because, well, I don't suppose you've ever heard of a tale of a weasel fighting a couple of cobras.
I'm trying to remember, does that strike a bell? Probably not.
It's a Ricky Tikki Tavi. You wouldn't remember it unless you read it in, like, middle school and elementary school.
Gotcha. Don't worry, my friend. I would never really try to think of any names that would just be as simpleton as just, your namesake.
List those names from prior, and I'll see which I attach to.
Well, let's see. The other ones that I had other than Khan, I had Amir, Malik, Ahmad, Khalil, Tarek, Rashad. What was the other two ones I just had?
You got Google open, don't you?
I had earlier, maybe. Look, I take this very seriously.
Yeah, I know, because I just noticed. I was looking it up too, and I'm looking at every word you just called out, and it's like,
I suppose Amir has a level of... I like the way it slips on the tongue. Amir. Yes. If that is how you call, that is how I shall answer.
Well, I'm glad you like it. As you know, names are not final, so nothing's written in stone.
No, just
If you
my
don't mind, I will cut
fate.
Okay.
Well, you see, the thing about fate being written in stone, the wall can be broken.
Perhaps. For now, because you've indulged my time, please leave with any gift you wish. I do ask that you not leave my store without at least cleaning up after yourself. I know that my floors are a little dusty, so be sure to wipe your feet.
Then I will make sure that the little agreement that we have.
and I look to, I guess Amir is going to be his name now?
That is what he'll answer to, unless you find a different name.
Okay. I give him my signet ring.
Consider this recompense. Just to let you know that I am serious about freeing you from your previous contract.
He flicks his tongue out, tasting the air for the ring, before the tip of his tail moves forward and enters the ring, and taking it. He does not put it in his bag, it would be lost in there. He simply holds on to it before putting it atop one shelf where only he knows it exists there.
Consider our agreement final, then. What is the name that I am to address the two of you as?
He is, because I'm pretty sure he's not even paying attention.
I'm half paying
Goose.
attention. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes. He goes by Goose. I go by Sylvanas.
Goose and Sylvanas. If you are able to find a way to break me of my confinement, then the name Master shall be addressed to the both of you.
God, you want to give him that kind of...
You know, Master Goose or Master Barrel does have a good ring to it, my friend.
I can feel the disdain emanating from Sylvanas.
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Is there... Let me think.
Goose has been around touching everything. He's been looking at everything, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, if Goose is looking, there are lots of healing potions, there are herbs, spices, food, wares, and when I say wares, I mean wares. There are...
Wares?
Oh, for sure. There are staffs, there are swords, there's a shield that looks like it has an eye that is closed at the moment.
Ooh.
Let's see, there is many cloaks, scrolls, plenty of scrolls, even a few books, if you can believe it. And yeah, he's just got what is essentially a small mall.
This is every person's dream.
When he sees you reaching for, like, an enclosed bag, I recommend care with that. I don't recall if that was the bag of beans or a bag of pearls that look like they have fire inside of them.
Both are very intriguing, regardless of what option.
Do not sell him the beans.
They could be pearls. Wait, can I check them?
You are welcome to check them, yes.
Are they beans or pearls? That's the question.
Well, let's leave that one to chance really quick. Let me get my mouse here.
Oh, wait.
Oh fuck.
I just realized there's no point in us getting anything.
So
I mean, I don't know. A cool shield. The scroll could be nice, or a cloak, or even that weird shield with the eyeball. That's interesting.
Yeah, but they stay in the dreamscape.
I know, but it's just let me have my fun, okay?
Fine.
inside the bag, you find that there are several marbles. Like,
Marbles. Oh.
they look like marbles. In fact, a couple of them look like they are cat's eyes marbles, exactly what you would expect, the kind of playing marbles. But as you look at them more closely and you see the actual, like, the coloration in the cat's eye in question, that's where you see different elemental effects. One looks like it has a storm inside of the marble. Another one looks like a conflagration of fire. Another is actually holding a hurricane because it's just nothing but cloud, shroud, and flashing. And one deep in the bottom of the bag is an actual eye. It is trapped in the marble, but it is an eye.
Just an eyeball.
Mm-hmm. It does react to movement and even stares at you briefly before, like, the rest of the marbles cover over it, but there are several marbles in there sharing similar effects. Just the one of them is an actual eye.
I guess you could say that really catches my eye.
Bottom.
Anyway. Alright. I am going to go back to the study. I'm going to send Dole back over here.
What? What do you mean? I'm window shopping here.
It is not
It'll be
because
fine.
of you. I'm pretty sure that he can find something that he like as
If the bag
And maybe-
intrigues you, you are welcome to keep it as a sign of good faith for the deal struck here.
Yes, I suppose that would be good to have.
You get to keep your bag of marbles, Goose.
Yay! I am like, after seeing the eye, I'm like, okay, after describing, now I have to take it after you described it in detail. I think that would be kind of rude if I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not going to take this item after you described it in so much detail.
Goodness. All right, then, yeah.
I also want to leave, can I leave a tip?
Absolutely.
10 gold.
He looks over
It's
the
not
gold.
much, but
He looks over the pieces and swipes them into his currency bag.
I appreciate your patronage.
yeah, absolutely. I feel, I know it's a gift, but I'd feel a little bit guilty for, for such a new friend to just, swipe something like that. It's intriguing.
May they find purpose with you.
And you'll have to learn what they are later with a high enough roll or an identify spell.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I might have to use an identify spell later, because you know how many bad rolls I've had today already?
Plenty! All right, so you have conducted your shopping. Time to get back to the boring stuff. So you come back. It hasn't been that long since they started their new research. So you actually come in just as they have acquired knowledge on the feline. But they didn't find the key phrase. You are welcome to roll.
All right, move over,
I'll
noobs.
help. Yeah, move over. The experts are here.
I'm not gonna be like that though.
I will.
Listen, if you have the knowledge rolls, you are the lead here, so yes.
I don't want to say that because if I roll shit, then I literally eat my own word.
That'd
I
be
eat
I was
funny.
my
gonna
own
Do
say,
words
it.
all
do
the
you want to
time.
eat your own foot?
Yeah, I
do
don't.
it. It'd be funny.
I don't. What are we rolling again?
Yeah, what are we
Arcana?
rolling?
So for the feline tail, we require nature and arcana.
Nature
And or
and
arcana. And or arcana, I
Okay,
should
let's
say,
see.
yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll do Arcana.
Arcana it is.
Okay, that's not bad.
Now,
Mine was.
Sir, Goose.
Hey, but I add 6 as 10.
So much for an expert.
Look,
That's
I
that
think
foot.
my mind has been very busy on other things today, apparently.
So, Sylvanas, if you could roll the d12, please. Because
They're just like, we're back.
bruh,
No, I think it's Jover.
it's Jover. Oh wait. Oh, my math was awful. Okay, my apologies. No, you do gleam the phrase required to enter the Enchanted Woods.
Oh, the Enchanted Woods.
Yep.
Which is.
Well, no,
don't know
that's
it yet?
we don't. Again, it's just the word that you would exchange the caravanserai in the ritual. That's all you're learning. It doesn't say what the phrase is. I wish it did. I'm staring intently at this book, but it is only mentioning that they learn the proper phrase that allows them to use the Dreamland excursion occult ritual that you used earlier for the caravanserai to reach the Enchanted Wood.
So, to go by through this, to get the Viscount ring, we have to go to the Viscount Gala. To get the feline tail, we have to get the Enchanted Woods.
Correct.
Okay.
And then I'm assuming the rest of these will be the same thing. Skull of Ghoul royalty. We just gotta research it.
Correctamundo. So we can speed through
right.
that if we would like. So that
Let's
way,
go.
because the idea is that you acquire the knowledge, so that way the next time you enter the waking world again, you can repeat the ritual, which once again, it'll get easier every time you do it. And once you've done the ritual again, by swapping out the phrases in the chant, you are now able to enter a different part of the dreamland.
Okay. So Skull of Ghoul royalty, which is that one?
So that one, you'll be perusing through the following tomes. The Codex of 3 Prescriptions? Okay, that's a weird name, but all right. The Manual of Silence. That's funny. And the Unified Manual of Understanding. why. Okay. With these books in hand, you need. Oh, this one actually comes with languages. So you would need to know Common and Necril.
Necril?
So the language of the undead. Which, as a necromancer, you would technically know.
I was about to say, because I only have Common and Abyssal.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't have that either.
But for the research checks that we need, the Pathfinder equivalent is Dungeoneering, Planes, and Religion. For the sake of this, it would be Survival, Religion, and Arcana.
Okay, so I'm going to just stay with the standby and do Arcana.
I think, if I remember correctly, our good old Lady Winters has Religion. Ah! She's not a terrible priest!
Good.
I was about to say, I would have laughed if you rolled whole. Whose is that?
Oh, honey.
Oh, the 12? Yeah, you know.
Oh, there it is. Well, that's not bad.
If I can get 14 and higher on any of the rolls that I mentioned, this will be easier.
Yeah.
Arcana, Religion, or Survival.
Let's see. Arcana it is, please. That's so much better.
I'll roll for the entity. Wow. Okay, well, the entity at least got a 14.
Yeah. Do you have a sheet for the entity, or shall I just go off of lies?
If you want to go off of lies, you're welcome to it. I was just going off of like bonuses that I thought would make sense for this thing.
Okay.
Because I have not made a proper sheet for him.
Alrighty.
Oh dear.
Okay, so what we got?
Let me count the successes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 successes so far. Dole did not try.
I did not.
Do you want
Excuse me, I'm dying. What am I rolling?
a
we will
survival, Arcana, or what was the last one?
Religion.
Gotcha.
Religion, I see. Survival is my best, so I will roll for that.
All right, let's see it. Let's freaking
16.
go.
Oh.
Phew,
So-
okay.
Anyone and everyone who rolled a 14 or higher, please roll a D10.
Oh, okay.
D10, you got it.
Which one am I rolling again? I'm sorry.
D10.
D10.
Yo.
With our combined powers.
Hey!
Hey.
Let's fucking go.
All right, with all of that,
Wait,
you now...
18 didn't give me a D12?
No, because when we're doing a D12, it has to be with a result of 20 or higher.
Oh, okay. Carry on. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. No, you're good. So. You acquire the following. According to a folio regarding extraplanar undead, the ghouls of the dreamland are far more social, though no less wicked, than their bestial kin in the waking world. That is to say that if you've encountered ghouls in your world before and how they're mindless, hungry undead, here they are not.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. They have rich histories and large communities led by royalty. A discourse on the Dread Plateau of Lang explains that a more powerful form of ghoul inhabits regions where the Dreamlands connects to Lang. These Lang ghouls are shrewder than their lesser kin. And finally, you learn of the proper phrase that allows you all to use the Dreamlands excursion occult ritual to reach... I see. You learn of a conflict between the Leng ghouls and creatures that are only referred to as Gugs.
Okay. So where we gotta be teleported to?
You will
Gugs?
be teleported to a battlefield.
Huh?
Battle.
Wait, was the
yay.
Gug thing? Okay, is this a meta breaking where I saw like the Gugs being rolled earlier? And
What
like
do you
in the chat.
What do you mean? What Gugs? What are you talking about, Goose?
Moving
Sure.
on.
What you talking about, Goose?
Okay,
you
I guess
good?
nothing.
Greenstone idol of the water lizard.
Oh boy. For this one, you will need the Festival of the Snake, the Forgotten Servants, and the Illusion of the Weeping Ones. And what
Okay.
is this one? History, Arcana, and Religion. And you only need to know Common for this one.
Neat.
So as long as I have
religion again, because why not?
Yep, as long as I have history, Arcana, and or Religion, we will be fine. Roll me the best you
What the fuck are
got.
these rolls when I'm in fucking combat? Really, Giuseppe?
Giuseppe just does not like you lately. Maybe you gotta give Giuseppe a little incentive, a little bit of loving. I don't know.
Fucking hell, I'm already sore.
No. Okay, we got a D12
Entity?
for lies. Sylvanas is going to be rolling a D10. Winters
I'll
will be
roll
rolling a
an Arcana
D10.
for the entity.
Please do.
Do I get to roll anything?
No, because you did not get a 14 or higher.
Well, why not?
I got over
Well,
20,
he just
so I get
told
a
you
12.
why.
Woo!
He just told you.
See, again!
The fuck?
Did I need to roll one?
Alright.
You're welcome to try. Remember that it
That's
is.
D10?
Oh wait, did I see you roll earlier? You didn't even
I
roll a
rolled a
knowledge
D10
check
earlier.
yet.
It was a 6. Knowledge
then-
check. I have not rolled a knowledge.
Yep, you got to roll a knowledge, and then when I see the result, that's when I can determine the rest of it.
Okay, let me find my knowledge check. Where are you hiding?
You can click on either history, arcana, or religion, or if you feel
History.
that you can replace any of those with an appropriate skill, I will welcome it.
History. I don't really have anything else I feel could be used as a replacement for those 3. So all those 3 are +0, so I'll just have to pray for a lucky roll.
All right, let's see it. What the heck?
15, not bad.
So you do get to roll a d10.
Yay, D10 time.
Okay, so we've got 6 plus 12 is 18, plus the 2 from earlier is 20, plus 8. Okay, we get all the knowledge again. So for the Greenstone Idol research, you acquire the following. The water lizard referenced is no mere animal. It is a representation of balrog, one of the unimaginably powerful Great Old Ones. A horrid treatise collating rumors of the Great Old Ones asserts that balrog lives in a vast unnamed lake in the dreamlands, a race of alien creatures found in the city of Ib on the shores of the lake and worshipped balrog there. An idol of green stone was central to their rites. A quasi-historical dissertation relates how Ib was destroyed by a proud and warlike human disgusted by the aliens' bizarre rites and unusual physiognomy. The victorious humans were from a city called Sarnath. After destroying Ib, the folk of Sarnath carried away a strange green idol and housed it in one of their temples. The idol disappeared from the temple soon after. You learn of the phrase required to use the ritual and reach Sarnath.
Alright, noted.
So yeah,
So-
an idol to summon an eldritch abomination. Sweet. Man-made horrors beyond my comprehension.
Alright, next is the Night Hag Ambassador's Heartstone. How about that one?
That one only requires the language common, And surprisingly, and this is where I'm very confused with why Pathfinder has so many different knowledge checks, they say Arcana, Nobility, and Planes. So I would assume it's just Arcana. And then for Nobility, I would assume someone here would have to have the noble background.
Okay.
In which case they can roll Nobility as a knowledge using their intelligence with advantage.
Okay. Maybe a +4. Arcana. I'm staying with Arcana because that's a +7.
Fair enough. So we can roll Arcana.
Arcana time, baby.
You can either roll Arcana or it's a background style check, and that's really
Dang.
about it. So
Thank God, that was almost a 1.
Good lord.
Wait, we need to roll above 14 or at 14?
At 14 or higher.
Damn.
We all need to roll?
Okay, so we got it.
With that 14 or
Wow.
higher, it guarantees a D10. If you get to 20, it guarantees a D12 instead.
Oh, you could have been a 14 too.
I have +0. Pray for me.
Give it a shot.
So did Winter.
The more we get, the better.
Okay.
Well,
So was that the entity that rolled over there with the 21?
correct.
Okay, and who are we missing on the knowledge rolls?
Knowledge rolls?
Goosen.
I'm
Give me
gonna do that.
Give me Arcana. Give me Arcana. Give me
Please,
something.
Please, 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 please. Thank you.
Okay,
You were
Pretty
fine.
good.
I've been struggling.
The babies are screaming. The babies are screaming. I'm just going to put them to bed really quick, and there we go. Okay, cool. All right, so what did we get?
So
I
we
got 19 total.
19 total? Okay. So that's a D10.
We got a lot of 10s and 112.
Yep. I'll roll the 12. Everyone else who got a 14 or higher, please roll your 10s.
Okay.
Let's make this fast. Okay, 3 plus 4, that's 7. Plus 1 is 8. Okay, this one might actually take
What?
longer.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's the love giving me the 1 for some reason.
18,
And
okay.
get Winter.
12.
Roll her d10.
She did not. Thank you for reminding me.
Winter, you got this.
See, I remember my god
Let's fucking go.
There we go.
Okay. So you acquire, dear Lord, we're just breaking through these. So keep in mind, though, in the Dreamlands now days are going by as you're conducting this research, and despite the fact that days are going by in the Dreamlands, there is no sign that the sun is setting. The sun is still up at the highest point in the sky. You are just keenly aware that days are going by. And after going through the following titles, Atop the Valley's Soul, The Falling Silk, and In Admiration of Keeping Packs, you learn the following. Lowell sought the heartstone of a specific hag, an ambassador and soul trader named Quavindra. That is spelled for the following, Quaveandra. It could be
Got it.
it could be Kavindra or Kaviandra in hindsight.
Honestly, that sounds like the latter one sounds the correct one.
Kaviandra then. The PCs, that is you guys, learn all the normal qualities of a night hag. And their heartstone. I will have to look into that later to bring it out for you. And that Kaviandra's heartstone retains its magic for 1 month out of her possession rather than a day. Because normally if you take something from a hag, it does not last very long, especially something that's meant for their, living abilities. A register of extraplanar diplomats list Kaviandra as an ambassador to the city of Dilath-Leen, a grim city of basalt and one of the Dreamland's most notorious havens for vice. According to a diary,
What's the city called again?
The city is called Dylathleen. That is a DYLATH / or hyphen.
Wait, what is it? Hold on.
DYLATH hyphen LEEN.
Got it.
Excellent.
Dylathleen.
Dylathleen. Yes.
Dylathleen.
Okay, continue.
According to a diary brimming with spiteful rumors, Kaviandra has an unnecessarily large retinue of retainers and an insufferably imperious manner. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. You learn of the special phrase needed for your ritual to take you to the city, specifically into the building of the ambassador in Dylathleen. So you are going to end up inside of her building. Not necessarily her office, but in her building.
So we're being teleported into the manor.
Correctamundo.
Got it.
And
All right.
this...
Do we want to take care of the last two while we are here?
Might as well, right?
I mean, yeah. It'll help you clear right through,
Right.
and then we can focus on tackling the list from the top to the bottom again. But in, reality. This next one, the Captain's Tricorn. You will need to read Emotions of the Past, The Shadow's Ship, and Voyage of the Rainbow Servant. For this one, you will need Arcana and History with languages in common.
Okay.
I'll do history this time.
I'm swapping between Arcana and History.
Excellent, excellent. Roll what you must. I will get Winter here, the waifu.
Oh, it's just.
Arcana
just
history
keeps
doesn't really
going
matter
with
what
that.
one.
Surely, we will all roll well.
I mean, I'm hitting baseline, so.
I'm sorry for having +0.
Don't worry, Winter also has the same problem. Entity.
+0 in almost everything.
To be fair, you had
we're good.
You had to hire grade. You had to hire K at the beginning. But reading.
So we got 1, 2, 3. I count 3 successes of 14 and higher. That means 3 d10s that need to be rolled. Give me them rolls, because this history that you're about to learn may be important. 14. Let me check. This is going to require another day of research while you're in the Dreamlands. Of course, the Yellow King does help and provide you all with some nourishment, because he refuses to let everyone die here while looking through books. He occasionally drops back and forth with some rice, and as a special treat, he does come back with some rather sticky honey buns.
Honey buns? Oh, that's so nice.
Yee.
I love sticky buns.
Sticky buns are good. And from this
Cool.
first bout of research that you acquire, the Tricorn belongs not to a human pirate, but to a denizen of Lang named Captain Vadrak. Vadrack.
That's one of the easiest ones.
Yep. Vadrak's longship, the Bloodwind, is a slave ship. Although the slaves that Vadrak acquires are usually never seen again. And the last piece of information that you acquire before you have to conduct the research again is that a tattered registry indicates that the Bloodwind most often sails the rivers and seas of the Dreamlands, but it can cross into other planes. Captain Vadrak is relentless in pursuit of his victims, chasing them across the plains if necessary. So we would need...
That's really like a ghost ship.
Mm-hmm. We would need another roll of knowledge and then hopefully more research points again. To which...
Just general knowledge?
Oh yeah, general... Well, no, it still has to be history or arcana,
Okay,
but, you
Arcana.
know. And the entity will
History.
occasionally, like, slither over to the honey buns, and as amusing as it seems, it is absorbed into the staff. Oh, hello. We got good rolls
I mean,
here.
it had to happen eventually.
I saw that natural one.
Damn.
Yeah, it had to happen eventually.
It had to happen. So I
But
see with
by the way,
lies,
while we're
we've got a D10 from the entity. We have... Was that... Wait. Not the entity, I'm sorry. Lies is a D10. The entity can't roll. Goose will get to roll a D12, and
Oh, heck
Delore will get a D10. And I still haven't rolled for Winter, but let me get that
Look,
thing.
I can't believe, man, Dole gets to roll after natural one, still passes.
Let's go. Okay. From the results here, I can definitely...
Yo,
yeah, we are
good job,
definitely...
Winter.
We are finishing the knowledge on this one. And this one may or may not trigger the interest of Dole anyway. Captain Vadric's longship is made of dark wood with distinctively red-colored sails.
You were a pirate?
Last session, he swore that while you were sailing the river, that there was a red ship.
Oh, shoot.
Finally, you do learn the key phrase that would allow you to conduct the ritual and arrive near the Bloodwind.
Something tells me this is one of the more danger ones.
Mm-hmm. Because as it is described as having a red color, and it is a long ship with sails, that is exactly what Dole saw before the Vunith attack.
Yeah. No, this.
Oh.
This is
we may
this is
even
like.
go
No, this is like this is a literal red flag. This entire thing.
Yes. Yes, it is. Is there anything you'd like to voice in regards to this information regarding the captain's tricorn and the Bloodwind?
Not really.
Can't.
Well, I mean,
like
there's
anything.
there's like the part where that like apparently it's like the people that like get taken are never seen again. That's kind of uh-oh.
It should be very familiar for you all later.
Wait, real? Huh?
Webbed Redfoot. For the following, you will have to read Curses of the Black Lake, Men and Vultures, Denizens of the Darkened Depths, and Dead Skies and Shards of Sight. You will need... Okay. We will need Nature, History, and Arcana, with the languages being in Common and Necro.
Wow, they're all things I have +0 in because these roll good.
Well, I mean, for the Nature one, you could supplement it with Survival instead.
You know what? Can I take away my roll and give it survival instead?
Absolutely.
Oh man, I'm
Thank
not
you.
doing this one.
I'll take a +3. Wow, the exact fucking same. Actually, it works.
Oh, you poor thing.
It didn't even fucking matter.
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
That is wild. That is wild.
Damn. Hey, at least it wasn't as bad as Goose.
Hey,
God
yo.
damn, Winter.
Okay, Winter. So we're gonna get a D12 from Winter. So I see Dole. Oh, Goose. No. Sylvanas is getting a D12, and it looks like
Could
who
I-
else?
Could I at least get like a D6 or even a D4?
No.
T and Lies both got D10s.
Okay, so D10, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then I rolled my D12 there and got a 7, that's 10, plus 11 is 21. Is that enough to clear this one?
Yes, it is.
Okay. A lavishly illustrated bestiary identifies rare creatures called wamps. I hate this fucking book with every time I read a stupid word here. Okay. Bizarre aberrations with multiple legs ending in webbed feet. Although wamps are generally a pale gray color, the skin of their feet is a dark red. A medical journal describing rare diseases lists corpse pox, ghoul fever, and zombie rot as diseases that carrion-eating wamps can inflict with their bites. So if they bite you, you're gonna become an undead or just fucking crazy.
Oh man, this is very familiar from last campaign. I think I remember a very similar thing.
The reader is advised to avoid cemeteries and necropolises, where wamps sometimes congregate in large numbers. And finally, because this game just loves to hate every last one of you, you learn of the proper phrase in which to conduct the Dreamland excursion, where when you conduct the ritual, you will enter a place known as the Ceramic Necropolis.
Why does that sound like rooms to go?
Welcome to the Ceramic
Yes, we're going into
Necropolis,
a
where
live
we can
bath.
handle your bathroom needs, along with so
this
much
very
more.
much sounds like a
Bathroom
pottery
needs,
place.
Pottery barn, but for undead.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, beware of the patrons. Don't get near them.
They eat dead bodies, and then they chomp on living bodies, and then drag the dead bodies to ferment.
It's
Yeah,
like their shopping base kind of grows. Don't know how.
It is actually funny, because that's one of the things mentioned here about these things, these wamps. Apparently, they don't eat fresh dead. What they'll do is that if they kill something, they'll drag their body away and store it so that it can ripen, so to speak. This is what you gather after what is essentially a week in the Dreamlands, where you are just reading, eating, and being tended to by the Yellow King, who just keeps on doing his best to provide some level of hospitality. I don't think I gave this much hospitality in the waking world when I was whole. Whew.
Val, what a week, huh?
You don't get to pant. I ran up and down those stairs getting you honey buns and chocolates and food. Bacon.
And we very much appreciate it.
That bacon was expensive. Whew.
You know, what I don't understand is, if you were a part of Laos, did he treat his guests the same way?
As a gentleman of Ustalav, it is important to practice hospitality to those who enter our domiciles. Though I am no longer a master of a great house, I am master of the caravanserai, and so I give my hospitality and my word as a gentleman.
Yes, this is all used to Lavian, tradition stuff. Don't you know this?
I can respect that. Truly.
As I am sure you are native to Ustalav, many nobles are, well, some are questionable in morals, my original self's own notwithstanding. It should be noted that any noble man or woman who is asked for service or is asked to provide, at the very least, a night's stay will do so with great pleasure and honor, knowing that it will elevate their station as it makes them look good to the common folk. So, ulterior motives, we'll call it. But in this case, I am very genuine, as you are, as of the last few decades in my state, I've not seen another soul here in quite some time.
Very fair. I have another question for you.
Hopefully I
about-
can provide answers.
You wouldn't happen to know if there were any books about the transfer of things from the dreamscape to the physical world?
If you are referring to the yellow mists, I am very keenly aware, and there is a book right there regarding it. I must greatly advise caution when conducting that ritual. You will turn someone into a living engine of mist. You will be able to take anyone and anything from the dreamlands into the waking world, but it is costly on the psyche, as the one who will be turned into an engine of mist can only do so for as long as their body remains. They will be a prisoner of their own mind and flesh, only to produce mist.
I am
Is this-
trying
Wait.
to find a way to circumvent these circumstances. Maybe not have it so costly, or at least find another way for the ritual to be done.
There
Or
is...
could it be somebody that we just like really don't like? Do they have to agree to it?
Of course, you can do it to an unwilling soul. The ritual has to be conducted by a caster who is able to perform the ritual, and the person, willing or otherwise, simply has to be within the circle by means they become and transmorgify into the mist-producing vessel. It is costly, not to you, the person conducting the spell. It is merely costly to the person for whom, lack of better way of putting it, is a victim.
You were about to say something about another way.
Unless you can make deals with other beings, it is very difficult to perform such a task. He is a spirit naga, for example. He is powerful and can produce food, water, and all of your basic needs. But he is bound by his contract, and even if he was not bound by his contract, he could not leave the dream realm because he is not a dreamer. He is a denizen of this realm. He would need to conduct dealings with the great old ones.
The old ones.
Yes, beings of incredible power. The gods that terrify the psyche and the mind. The ones...
Is it
I
those
think-
alien
I think
thingies?
so. I think so. I was about to be like, is it the aliens? I think it's the aliens.
No.
Damn it.
Those are elder things. Completely
Okay,
different.
well, elder things, great old ones. They both have the word old in them.
No, the elder things are servants of the great old ones. I'm speaking of... He shudders at the words. I'm speaking of gods of the outer realms, the ones who exist in the spaces between the stars and the dark tapestry. The ones who snuff out the light of stars like it was merely a snack. I speak only of those like... Once again he hesitates. Hastur, perhaps even Great Cthulhu wherever he sleeps. Those ones, even Ithequa, if one wanted to
conduct themselves with a cannibalistic god of Vendigos.
I do want to ask, maybe it was already mentioned and my brain just glossed over it or something like that, but the engines of mist, is that perhaps anything like the people that we saw in the asylum, like that one lady that was like spewing gas that we were trying to avoid and we eventually ended up killing?
The exact one. You ended up killing another one who was in an attic that was producing mist for the whole asylum. The ones who spew mist. The ones who spew mist from their mouths.
For that.
Yep.
Yeah.
The ones who spew mist from their mouths were the ones who encased the entire asylum in a pocket dimension because of the mist.
Oh, because there was so many people?
Because the mist encompassed the entire grounds. The asylum basically was trapped in a pocket dimension that existed between physical reality and the dreamlands. Hence why Voon is there.
Ooh, okay.
Huh.
You would essentially...
is this new information essentially? Like, this is like added information to what in it?
It's not new information because you were there for it. You just had difficulty remembering it. We could say that this jogs your memory further because of being the engines of mist. Well, for lack of a better way of putting it,
context.
A living fog machine.
Okay. You know,
Yes, I sent you a DM.
Okay.
Oh, I've got a DM? Hold up. How dare you DM the DM?
I do want to mention this out loud though, because I wonder if we can get any insight from that, like any further, at least like additional notes. Yes. Like you know these mist engines. They are very similar to the ones that we encountered over in the asylum. There were many of them, and they covered the entirety of the asylum.
Whoever did such a thing to create so many and then trap an entire asylum inside of such mist had to have been one with a fractured mind, or was a being of pure cruelty. Because you are condemning a living soul, a man or woman, to a life where they only exist to spew mist. Do you know what the negative effects of yellow mist is? I would assume that when you killed them you didn't quite realize it. That mist is a miasma of acid, fire, and cold all at the same time. To have it spew from every orifice at once, to fill an enclosed space or even an entire square footage of land, is equivalent to subjecting yourself to a slow and painful death where you can't talk, you can't eat, you can't drink, you can't even satisfy the itch or the burn, because all your body knows how to do is be a gate to this world. I would only wish this fate on my worst of enemies, and even then I would feel remorse. At the very least, if you were to conduct this ritual onto some poor innocent bystander, or even a criminal of vicious malcontempt, do so and then end their misery. You don't wish to have that stain your soul.
We will keep this in mind. The ones that we encountered, they surely were, as you say, in very great, unimaginable pain.
You can see, like, the Yellow King is, like, breathing heavily after speaking for so long. He clearly seemed passionate about it, remorseful even of the idea of someone's suffering. This goes completely against any image of cruelty and evil that you would have otherwise envisioned of Hazarton Lowls. It's almost a contradiction of sort for what you imagine to be Hazarton Lowls versus the being who stands before you.
Okay.
But if you can deal with a great old one, perhaps if whatever deal you can twist around, you may be able to acquire services and boons without too much scarring to your mind, body, or soul. There is one in particular, two if you can count it, that perhaps would answer your prayers, though I would recommend not communing with great old ones. It was an obsession that fractured my mind so much I can't even remember why Hazarton would pursue a being like whatever is envisioned in my head.
Right.
I need a drink.
He slumps in his chair for a moment and grabs a bottle of what appears to be whiskey and just pours it into a chilled glass. Where he keeps a glass to be chilled in a desert is entirely irrelevant, as he just takes a swig.
He deserves it. He needs this.
Winter kind of leans over to Lies.
I'm beginning to suspect that's not the man that we want to get rid of.
Assumingly not, but
He has his face.
no,
He has his voice.
But that's not the same man.
it's not. And honestly, I don't know whether or not I pity that or it dwells my irritation in any way.
I just realized something, actually. Lies? How do we get out of here?
I am assuming. Actually, I'm not quite sure. We could go to sleep, but I don't know if that would work. Or we walk into the mist again.
There wasn't mist. You went through a door.
Fuck. Then we just walk back through the door? I honestly couldn't say. That's, I guess, when... Now
Yeah,
that the research is all done. Mm-hmm.
Probably try to leave, then come back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oddly enough, when thinking about how to leave, a door appears. It's not there because it has to be, but you were thinking about it. Just a door.
Huh.
There's no visible back to it. It doesn't look like it's connected to a room. It's just freestanding door.
So even just thinking about it just gave us the opportunity to get out. Okay. I suppose that's our exit.
Alright.
Is there anything else that we need from this library in Laos before we leave?
Well, we are coming back. We are just going back to the ship to...
If there's any books about the old ones here, you could look into those. on your
Actually,
little
do need
quest here.
Yeah, actually, I do kind of want to see if there's any books on the old ones.
Okay. As you do peruse some of the books, you do find what were once considered fictional pieces. There is The Mountains of Madness, The Call of Cthulhu, and Shadows over Innsmouth. And as you peruse through the pages, they are read more like diaries. Very flowery in language diaries. Yes, H.P. Lovecraft also liked to fluff up his writing style. He was a bit pretentious. And in those writings, it does make mention of cultists and rituals performed with sacrifices made in the name of making contact or even commune with great old ones. There's even one that is mentioned of probably the least harmful of the great old ones, as he is known only as an observer and a god of knowledge. The name Yog-Sothoth is known. However, in the book where Yog-Sothoth is mentioned, and where one attempts to commune with it, rather than asking for knowledge and doing such other things, they instead attempt to curry favor with the god so that they may produce a physical manifestation child of Yog-Sothoth, to which in the book the only thing that it resulted in was a creature that looked more human from the waist up than they did from the waist down, and an invisible terror that tormented the town by which this ritual had taken place. And once again, it stresses that of all the great old ones, this one is probably the least harmful by comparison.
And that's saying a lot. Like,
Yeah.
the least harmful when they're all pretty harmful.
Mm-hmm.
Yog-Sothoth.
Yup. Yog-Sothoth.
Yog-Sothoth. Thoth. It ends with a thoth.
Sothoth?
Yep.
God, these names.
Blame H.P. Lovecraft.
The only one that I remember being really easy to spell was Vadric.
Vadric, yeah.
Well, because among the other great old ones, let's be real, the names weren't exactly easy or, like, particularly good.
I mean, plus it's like with the old ones, it's like, it's supposed to be like, you know, they're like not of like human world, so of course like the human equivalent tongue to that is going to be like really badly spelled because it's not supposed to be spelled in common.
Yeah, because we've had Cthulhu, which that one is close to spelling how it sounds. Nyarlathotep, which that one was like just, I think it's because he landed in Egypt or something like that. He looks like a pharaoh. What else? We had this one I just hate saying out loud on principle because I could tell where H.P. Lovecraft's mindset was. Shub-Nigrath, which when you read the spelling and realize it translates to the black goat of the woods, H.P. Lovecraft, you racist. Anyway. So yeah, you've acquired knowledge of the great old ones. Oh, I guess I should mention that technically Shub-Nigrath is also one of the least harmful of the great old ones, but only in the fact that she's worshipped more as a fertility god than she is any other god. And normally any dealings with her results in human sacrifice and birthing an unholy abomination into the world from her.
And that's one of the least bad ones.
One of them, yes.
The least bad ones. The one that requires a human sacrifice and birth. Cool.
Someone out there has a fear of breeding, and Shub-Nigrath is here to be that fear. All right. So, is there anything else you require to do?
Not at the moment.
I mean, I kind of
think I
want to
have
look at
anything.
that pouch with the eyeball in it real quick.
Okay.
Hey,
Well-
Dole, want to go shopping?
Oh yeah, right. Don't forget to look out to the market.
You, do you think there's anything for me there?
Yes.
Well, I am a little bit bored from sitting around reading all day, every day. So I might as well take a look.
Oh, Lord. So, while the two go off to do their shopping with the serpent and
Finally,
hopefully...
away from Goose.
Oh my gosh.
Away from Goose, finally.
Goose does look in his
So,
bag. at
nice
the
to have some time
eyeball.
away from Goose, right?
Yeah, we just left 4 lives in there with him.
Yes, but we
Hey,
can't be with
Liz.
him all the time.
Do you want to see something really cool? I think.
What would that be?
I got this really cool pouch from my friend.
You named him Amir.
I know from a beer. I was getting to that. Thank you. We named him Amir,
Huh.
by the way. He liked that name.
And what is inside the bag? Winter asks while kind of leaning over.
Here, you can explain it more. It's like marbles. It's like stuff like elementals, eyeballs, and some like flames and things.
She
So it's essentially spells or weather contraptions in a bag.
She takes one of the marbles out of the bag, Winter does, or that is to say, and after
Okay.
closer examination of one that looks like fire, it whips and looks like a face within the fire, and she almost drops the marble. That's an elemental. They're alive in there. Wait, are they all like this?
Can I take a closer look
Wait.
at these? I never really. I just kind of took the marbles and they were like, yeah, you could. Amir's like, yeah, you could have these.
Yeah,
I never
when
really
you-
took a
Just
close
got a
look at
whole
them.
bag of Pokeballs.
when you like start looking from one marble to the next, yes, confirmed. Each of them hold different elements and different forms, but nevertheless, something is alive in each of them. The storm and clouds and lightning is literally a wind elemental that is channeling the power of a storm. There is a great blue flood inside of one marble that's the entire ocean.
Mr. Clean.
He returns.
DM, why would you do this?
And the one with an eyeball,
That's the
more
one
you-
I was curious about.
the one with an eyeball, the thing is that it looks like an eyeball, but it's more like a crack. Like there's the earth, or maybe there's like a great conflagration and a black void deep in the middle. Something whips in that void. An actual fire whip. Do you have like a little spectacle or a little like a little something to zoom in on it? I'm
I mean,
looking at your character design.
Does it-
I know you do.
Yeah,
but
I was
still.
about to be like.
After adjusting the monocle, you look inside, and it can't be mistaken. A being of fire, shadow, and darkness is inside of that marble, with a flaming whip and a sword of lightning.
Is there a fucking Balrog in there?
That's a fucking Balrog!
What?
Holy shit!
You have a marble
Hell yeah, dude.
with a Balrog trapped inside of it.
That poor thing.
Holy crap.
I knew you were
free
gonna
him.
recognize it when I gave the description, Schnud. I fucking
Of course
knew.
I was. We must free the boy.
I looked at Balrog, and surprisingly, they are in a weird, monstery, creepy way. They're kind of baby girl.
What the fuck? No, we're not making friends. We're not making friends with a fucking
What's
Balrog.
wrong with y'all?
Looks till Elias, who has 2 eldritch cats.
I own
I've
this
been
bar. I
meaning
own
to-
this bag. I have it. You can't control what I can and cannot do.
So you're gonna keep them in cages instead of setting them free.
I mean, I don't know how I would do that without like. Can I commune with them, or would I have to let them? Is it like a thing where it's like they're temporary, kind of like like a Pokeball or something, or is it?
These beings are trapped inside of the marbles. Like, you will summon it, and it will do as you command. Whatever happens, you are not entirely sure, or if even the command is permanent.
Oh, so it's like So is there a way to learn more about this? Like, if it's like if they're like released, it's like it's gone forever. It's like a temporary thing. They disappear, or if it's like they can be put back, or like I'm so confused. This is a lot taken.
Well, no, these are breakable items, one-use
Oh.
items. So you break the marble. Actually, give me an Arcana roll right here, right now.
Oh fuck. God damn it. Please, please.
Bro.
Thank God, finally.
These are one-time use items. You will have command over each being that is released for 1 minute in battle, after which they don't disappear, but they are keenly aware that they were made to be enslaved and captured. So they will more than likely turn on their leader after the 1 minute passes.
Oh.
Temporary allies.
Temporary allies. And Goose is the one with this. He's not giving this up, but Goose is the one who has this.
Yes, Goose has a literal marble bag with elementals. You have like a multitude of fire elementals, multitude of wind elementals, and water elementals, but you have one Balrog.
Hey Vince, remember the blink dogs?
You are not going to break every single marble all at once. I refuse.
then we all fight them.
Random bullshit, go.
Random
Dumps all the
bullshit.
marbles out.
No.
Oh great, we took care of one enemy, now we have to deal with all these elementals in the Balrog. Yay, good job.
So essentially, so like they're like kind of like their own pocket dimension. Like I can't communicate with them at all until they are released from the marble.
Correct.
Also, Goose, why is there an eyeball amongst all these?
That's a very good question. It's not really an eyeball per se. Well, I mean, it kind of is, but not really.
Can we do an Arcana to see what that one is? Like, is it also an elemental? Or
I think
Well, no,
you said
the-
the
that-
eyeball one is the Balrog one.
The eyeball is the Balrog. For lack of a better way of putting
Oh,
it,
is it? Oh.
imagine the marble is Sauron's eye.
Okay, got it.
That is essentially what you're holding. You're holding Sauron's eye, and in that eye is the Balrog.
But it's like moving around or something. Like the eye is like moving.
The eye is moving like it's trying to see, but it's more like a physical representation of the fact that the Balrog is inside and is keenly aware of its imprisoned state. Like, out of all the other elementals who are stuck doing what they do, they are more feral. This one is pure cunning. This one knows that it is trapped. It is pissed that it is trapped. It will do its service for that 1 minute, but it will probably want and desire to go after the one who imprisoned it in the first place.
It's literally just Gothmog, the leader of the Balrogs from Tolkien's lore.
So does it like can it like see its surroundings at all, or is it just like?
It just knows its surroundings. It knows it's in a bag, and it knows that a kobold has been staring at it.
Oh, he's hired a kobold to stare at him. So like, if I were to like, I don't know, have it, is there a way to like have it like attached like outside the bag? I kind of feel bad that it's trapped in this bag, but I don't want to release it from the marble right now. It's kind of like taking out like a little friend, like a little, what's it called? Those like Digimon things where it's like little pets you have like on the keychain. Tamagotchi.
You could produce, with your tinker tools, a little device or a little thing that you could potentially store the marble inside of for safekeeping that would allow it to be outside of the bag without having it break.
I would very much like that. I feel bad for this baby. It doesn't deserve to be in a bag.
What is my
It needs a-
fucking life right now? I allowed this. I made this and allowed it. And I can't go back on the things that I have said.
Goose is gonna take the eye marble from the bag and like give it like a nice like little like a little like a little like affectionate kiss, like don't like a little affectionate kiss is gonna be like, don't cry. I'm gonna make something much more worth of your status.
It just visibly twitches like it just had a hernia. Also, wasn't this about Dole going to go shopping?
It was until you
Meanwhile-
learned it was a balrog.
It's okay. My throat's fucking dead, and I need the rest.
Ah, no.
So, to the shopping center while you,
Yeah.
hopefully artists, sit down and work out an appropriate Tamagotchi or Digimon cage for a fucking balrog.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'd like to make that, please. I'll have to figure that out.
Oh, God.
I'm sure I have Tinker tools.
Why
I
is
have
there a
Tinker's
battery
tools.
in my pocket?
Ooh, oh my god. I have Tinker's tools, alchemist supplies, glass blower's tools. I have so many things. I have that nice little tool that I bought.
You know,
How easy? Okay, question. How easy are to break?
how easy are the marbles to break? They are easy enough that if you throw them on the ground, they will chip and break.
That's just throwing, but with force, so...
Correct. You would have to throw and break it. You can't just drop it like haphazardly. It'll just roll around. But at a high enough altitude, it'll just break and stuff because, you know, terminal velocity and all that good stuff. So, are they easy to break? No. Are they... Well, let me rephrase. Are they easy to break accidentally? No. Are they easy to break on purpose? Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna make the best Tamagotchi case you've ever seen.
Hey, Tolkien Estate, when's the Lord of the Rings Tamagotchi crossover gonna happen? We've had...
I'd love to raise a little balrog.
Listen, like, they've crossed over with freaking Detective Conan, with HoloLive members, they've crossed over with Hello Kitty. Give me a Balrog to raise. Or Smog. That would be cool, actually. But not Ungoliant. Fuck that thing. Fuck that spider. I refuse. But yes.
Oh my gosh, it's kind of like one of those like things where like you put it like in amber.
Yes. Wait. No. Stop it. Stop making this cute. This is supposed to be a serious horror campaign.
We've long passed that, Vince.
That's your fault for making everybody so friendly.
Back at the fucking shopping center with the snake.
Hello, Mr. Snake. It is I, Dole, for your shopping wares. Hi, hello.
Greetings. What may I interest you?
Sylvanas, I believe you and Goose said there was something that would be of interest to me here. Would you have any recommendations for me to look at before I look for anything myself?
Well, there were two items, actually. There was this shield with an eye in the middle, and there was this sword that he was selling as well.
A shield, you say? Well, I'm not really one for shields. They're a bit cumbersome for my taste. But I'll take a look at it regardless.
The shield was once a part of a cyclops that was at one point a shaman who saw into the future. Or so the tale goes when I received the ware.
Taking a closer look at this shield, is there anything about it that would benefit me?
I mean, it is a +1 shield. I don't know if rogues like you are proficient in it. I do know that it is that when the eyeball is opened, it gives you a temporary glance into the future. Essentially a lesser version of foresight.
You telling me this shield is the fucking Monado?
Yes.
The power of the Monado.
I guess
okay.
I guess if I wanted to retcon it, I could make it a sword that is just the fucking Monado.
I mean, I was gonna say, like, I'm pretty sure Dole can't really wield a shield as like a monk rogue.
Dole's really feeling it.
No.
The shield, you know, I'm really feeling
it.
it, but I'm not really one for shields. I don't think this will be a bit cumbersome for me.
Well, there was an accompanying sword that came with the shield. It works well enough on its own, with similar effects to it. They came from the same tribe of Cyclopses, where it was tradition that when a Cyclops met its end, parts of their eyes or their spirits would be encased within weapons so that they may pass the gift on to others.
And what type of sword are we talking here? Are we talking rapier, short sword, long sword?
Regrettably, a short sword.
I see. Well, short swords work fairly well for me. I'm quite used to them. I could make good use of that. That interests me quite a bit. Before I make any decisions, though, what was the second item we had here?
What was the second item, Wolf? Because I only remember the shield.
The shield and that sword.
There was the shield. There was also, like, I believe, like
Some
like,
capes?
There was some there was cloaks, scrolls, and books. There was some staffs.
Well, if you're talking about a separate sword that had nothing to do with the Cyclops, with the Monado. We're just going to call the short sword the Monado. Yes. God.
Yay, the Monado.
If it wasn't the
I love
Monado,
Xenoblade.
God. If it wasn't for that, there was another sword, though that one resembled less like a sword. Let me rephrase. It looks like a sword, but it looks oddly segmented.
Wait, is this the fucking Bloodborne sword?
Sadly, no. Well, kind of. The sword itself, again, it looks like a normal sword. Very skinny, almost like a rapier. The problem is that it is segmented. And that is to say, like, it looks like it has teeth like a saw. But instead of just having the teeth at the edge, the teeth follows all the way around the sword.
You are welcome to hold it in your hands and try it.
That would be much appreciated. I think I'll give that a try.
When you hold the sword in your hand, it is surprisingly heavy, considering how thin the blade appears to be. There's a lot of weight that seems to be in the handle, which, too, the handle also looks a bit long. Unusually so, like you could hold this strange rapier-like sword in two hands.
You wouldn't happen to have any type of training dummy I could take a slash at, do you?
The coat rack in the corner should suffice.
He lets his tail slither over and move the coat rack more to the center.
Alright, we'll take a swing at that. Do I roll anything for that?
No, you're just... because it's an unmoving target that isn't going to dodge. But after you take a swing, you can feel something in the handle click. It might have been the way you moved it, or it might have been a subtle trigger that your fingers rubbed up against on the handle. The blade and its segments separate, and then elongate and reaches all the way to the coat rack like a whip.
Fascinating. The reach on this is much more than I expected.
You basically have now the same reach as a spear. Instead of it just being one square directly in front of you, you reach 2 squares in front of you when it's in its elongated state.
Are you telling me I have the choice of either the Monado or the fucking Castlevania Morningstar Whip?
Yes.
Oh man, they're both really cool though.
Yeah, they're both really cool. I kind of want them both.
Why not? Why not both?
Money is finite, and at the end of the day, I won't be able to take it back with me.
Yeah, but why not both?
What do you think is going to happen to my money when we go back to the outside world?
I'm sure it'll be fine.
It'll still be there.
Really? So money's not really of any obstacle unless I spend it here, huh? So I can just do whatever I want.
In the Dreamlands, whatever happens in the Dreamlands stays in the Dreamlands.
Oh shoot, I should have been keeping track of how much money I've been spending. I think I spent like 20 gold so far on tips, so.
Yep, because he gave you that bag of marbles as a gift. In hindsight, he probably didn't know there was a fucking balrog in there.
He probably also just didn't care enough. He just like.
You know what? I should check how much gold I have.
Yeah,
615.
I think we tipped that when we first visited him. I think I gave him 10 gold for a tip. I think, or was it 20? It might have been 20 actually.
You gave
I
him
was trying to one up.
Yeah, you were giving him 20 gold because of the water.
Okay, yep. It was 10 plus 20. Okay, so I've used 30 gold in the dream world, so I'll still have that amount. I gotta go back in my character sheet and right different inventories and shit. I have to keep track of 2 things.
Correct.
Okay.
Are you having difficulty deciding on which gift to take?
I must be honest. They're both quite nice swords. Advantageously, they both have reasons to take them. I'll ponder on it for a little bit. I believe there are also some other smaller items to take a look at, some cloaks and whatnot.
We offer cloaks of invisibility, elven kind, though I've not seen an elf in quite some time. There is also woodland striding. There are boots, for example, of jump and haste.
I believe I'm already fast enough on my own. The boots could be good for one of our slower party members, but we could have a conversation with them about that. I already have a cloak of elven kind, so I don't think I'll be needing that unless anyone else wanted one.
Then perhaps potions, if you are in need of more temporary support. Enlarge, reduce, cat's grace if you wish to be even more dexterous than you already are. Owl's wisdom if you seek insight and perceptiveness. Do not ask for bull's strength, as unfortunately the last was sold decades ago to that Vadrak fellow.
I see. Sylvanus, are we in need of any potions?
I think. Because I do. Didn't we bring like a whole bunch of.
You bought
The
healing
dream world.
potions before you left the port.
Yeah, so we should be okay with that for right now. Technically, I don't need them as much as you guys do.
I don't have any on me, but if
I have
we have
3 on
them,
me.
that's fine.
I have 3 on me right now.
I see.
I'd say get like 2 just in case.
Yeah. How much would it be for 2 potions?
For you, I give, if for nothing else for the pleasure of good company after being stuck with the Yellow King for some time.
You're certain about that? I'm more than happy to pay.
I gave a bag of marbles to the kobold, Goose.
We don't know what those marbles are.
Only
No, we do
lies and
not.
winter do so far. Yeah.
I see. Then I suppose I must take you up in your offer. Thank you so very much. And I will just put a little note to add 2 potions to my inventory.
What type of potions they are, you are welcome to say whatever you like, since he is offering them for free. He would have probably have
may as
given
well
you the
be-
sword. He probably would have given you the sword for free.
Damn, this man is a generous businessman.
He's a.
He's a lonely snake.
Poor
He's
guy.
a philanthropist.
Yeah, it's also a business transaction already going through, so.
Okay, and with that, I don't think I'm in much need of anything else. I suppose I'll have to decide between the 2 swords. When it comes to the one that can take a glimpse into the future, how far into the future are we talking?
I've never tried myself due to lack of appropriate limbs.
Then, would you allow me to take another swing with this one too?
You are welcome to give it a try. Ask of
Alright.
it. Ask of it to give you sight, and it shall grant it.
I shall kill myself now for saying that out loud.
A vision.
Oh god, I gotta sneeze.
Dole is now Lion-O. Hear him roar.
Alright. Sword, show me the future.
Sure enough, it does show you a future event. You're not sure how far in the future it is, or how soon. But you can see that you are fighting inside of a dark room, and a great shadowy dragon whose entire body emanates screams of the damned, fighting your party in an enclosed space where its breath weapon takes up the rest of the sight and the vision ends.
Oh. Okay, no, I think I might need this sword. Tell me,
You are welcome.
what do you
to
know
it.
about dragons?
There are very few in the realms of dreams. The ones that exist here are nightmare dragons.
Nightmare dragons.
Sadistic creatures who enjoy the sound of screams of their victims.
Sylvanas,
Yeah.
one of these dragons will soon be attacking us. I don't know how, when, or where. All I know is that it's somewhere dark. And if it's one of these dragons, as he says, it must be while we're still within this realm.
Well, then I suppose that we'll just have to keep an eye out. I think
Do
I
you
will.
think-
Yes.
Do you think we can take on a dragon?
Do you want the in-game answer or out-of-game answer?
Because they're kind of both the same.
If this was Rise of the Rune Lords party madness and chicanery, absolutely. Let's punch some dragons. With this party,
We're just a bunch of little babies.
It's gonna start feeling real free reign real quick.
hit.
How much for this sword?
A sword of such power would have normally costed a man 600 gold pieces. But for you, as you have seen a vision of your fate, you may borrow it and bring it back.
Very well. If that is the case, I make this promise to you. This sword will be returned to you once our business is complete.
Then our bargain is struck.
Sylvanas, with this sword, I think we can change the future.
All right, Lionel.
Literally out here, Sword of Omens, give me sight beyond sight. Is that what we're gonna call it, the Monado or the Sword of Omens?
Yeah, it's like it's one of the two.
God.
The Monada Omens.
The Monado
Monado Omens.
fucking...
Monada Omens.
The
I'll spell it for you
Monomens.
too.
We were supposed to engage in at least one of these dream quests, but with how far the stream has gotten in just rolling knowledge and roleplay of shopping, I'm losing my goddamn mind. Oh god. The Sword of Monomens? The
The
Monado...
sword.
No. I
Monada
brought this on
Omens.
myself and I hate every second of it.
Oh yeah.
I can't
or
believe
that's
there's a
also a good
dragon
one.
about to attack us.
Oh, the Ominado.
Ominado? Nah, that sounds a little too close to Monado.
The Omado.
The Omado.
Omado.
Oh gosh, what a cool sword.
The Omado.
I even.
It's a shame.
I've been
suppose.
memeing
No,
in main
face.
hall all stream.
I can see that, and I hate it every day. I already saw what you have in mind for a Tamagotchi of the Balrog. Chat, if I see future art pieces of a Balrog and a Tamagotchi, I'm probably just going to scream endlessly on Twitter. But for now, we will
I will
have
get
to...
it commissioned.
No! But for now, I feel like we should probably start wrapping up, because as much as I want to continue into at least one dream quest, I have to acknowledge that we do have folks who do have to go to work tomorrow morning. So it is imperative...
2 a.m.
Jesus, Nate. It is imperative that everybody gets some sleep. Nate, you let that throat recover, because I can tell you are dying.
Dude, it was worse earlier today.
It was
so much
worse.
worse.
Were you
Oh my God,
screaming all
when-
weekend?
No, so yes, I just recently recovered from being sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday I did the stream, as you saw, debuting that little VTuber model that
Which was cool.
Danny did for me. Yes. Got myself a little bit of better tracking thanks to some bits I set up, and very cool. I'm very happy. Got very excited with the stream. A few bits of screaming out of excitement, and that really messed up my throat this
God.
morning. The amount of rasp in my voice was insane. Insane. Yeah, so it was bad.
All right. Then on that note, ladies, gentlemen, and all those that exist in between, this is where the tavern is closing. Please pick up your drinks, put them in the appropriate receptacles, tip your waitresses, and have a good night.
Bye.
Catch you next time, guys. Bye. We're gonna fight a
Bye-bye.
dragon. Yay.